Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
And now your first story.
I forgot to tell you guys when I did that, and me and Samantha were at home and we did that.
You're not supposed to talk about this.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right before Christmas, we did the We All Got COVID show and you were in the studio.
You had COVID?
When you were playing the intro, I pooped my pants.
I'm sorry?
Oh, wow. What a... You start the show with that?
And then I had to run
Wait
to
a
the
minute,
bathroom.
that was fitting. I was like, and now our first story.
Wow.
Local podcaster
Tom
shits his pants.
Live on air.
Is that a symptom of COVID?
Yeah. Diarrhea is one of the symptoms.
Is it really?
For some people. It doesn't affect everyone.
What if
that
you
way, but
always
yes.
have diarrhea and COVID takes your diarrhea away?
Ooh.
That's why I want to get it again. Not true. Hey,
Welcome.
to
Twinsies.
Jinx.
It's a mediocre time.
Yeah.
How you doing, Sam?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Good. So
Why'd you do your voice all weird like that?
I don't know.
That was weird. She did almost like a hybrid sexy voice. I can't even look at you right now. I have to look right
I
at
think
Tom.
the COVID came back in my throat.
You're like, hey, how are you? I'm Kathleen Turner.
Well, he started talking about me and him being at home together.
I know.
What was he
No,
talking
I-
about?
That's
You
what
were
I
at your
thought
own
about
home.
too. You know, I pictured you guys as Willy Wonka
No,
as the
come on.
grandparents in the same bed, but you're
Feet to feet?
It was feet to feet.
Eric Merchman was just here, and he told me and reminded me about a sale going on our merch page right
Yes.
now. We're trying to get rid of some inventory at the beginning of the
That's
year.
not how you
Buy
say
our
it.
old shit.
Trying to get some old shit out of it.
Gotta make room.
Yeah, we dropped some prices.
Making room.
I know.
Damn it, I wish I would have known that Eric was stopping by because I want one of the belts and one of the travel bags.
Oh,
I'm going on vacation next week. I need a travel
Eric,
bag.
turn around and bring us the stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody tells me nothing around here.
We still
You
have
know, Eric
those.
doesn't shit his pants. I'll tell you that.
No,
There's a
he
man
has
that-
before. I see
No,
it in his eyes. Yeah,
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
doesn't strike me as a poop your pants kind of
He's,
guy.
I mean, everybody has by
Now,
accident.
dribble. Pecker tracks, as my dad called him.
come
I
on.
think Eric's Pecker track affiliated, yes.
I know there's some retro shirts that he dropped down to $10.
What?
He put
Who
shot.
approved that?
He put shot glasses up there. We only had a few left. Those are $5.
I didn't even know we
I
had
didn't know
shot-
he
I
did
didn't know
either.
we had
We put
shot
them in the
glass.
stockings. We bought them only for the stockings, and we had a surplus, and now we're selling them for $5.
This is some
Anyway,
bullshit.
Yeah, this-
the remainder hoodies that we have, he knocked it down to $15. So
who approved that?
That's a good ass deal.
Yeah,
for
that is a
Eddie.
good deal.
yeah, I know.
I mean,
I
even
think
if
it's
it-
less than we paid for.
I mean,
them.
even if it said even if it said $15, if it said Team Hitler for $15, it's not a bad. I mean, it'll warm you up.
Oh, also, if you want free magnets or stickers on tomandan.com, on the bottom of the page, it says get a sticker. When you click on that, it brings up a form, and then you put your name, email, address,
Pick
and
your
then
sticker out of 14 different.
there's 17.
Oh.
And there's magnets and stickers. You could pick any design you want, and you'll get that mailed to you for free. So Eric does that for us as well.
Indeed.
A lot of people don't know. So a BDM sticker, if you don't have one or you got a new car, you need a new one, that's the easy way to get one, completely free.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff on there for free you can get.
Speaking of merch, we also have BDM front license plates that we got made through Villain.
I like these.
And I had been reminding
Other people, I was the one that I was out there at Villain's anniversary party in Satellite Beach, and I did a little video of these front license plates, and people went bananas for them.
Yeah,
they were just going crazy for them.
They're well made. They're metal.
They're nice.
Stamped.
You're gonna have
You
to
want me to
give
grab
it
one?
like oh yeah, grab one.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
You're gonna have to curve it just a little bit to get that nice rounded. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be the dude that just puts it on there and just starts screwing it on there and scratching it. Don't be that guy.
So we got these, and I have been telling Samantha, I'm like, hey, I want to do a video of putting this on my truck. Oh, here's one for Twitch
Thank you,
to look
Sam.
at. It's it's got the 4 holes for the screws.
Heyo.
Yeah.
The size of a regular license
We
plate.
did not cheap out. We got the 4 holers.
Yeah.
You wanted the 2 holers.
You only need 2. I mean, what are you?
I knew
this thing's not gonna fall off.
You know what?
I knew you were a 2-hole man.
You know, true story. My dad was a 2-holer, and I know he's not here to defend himself, but that fucking made me mad that he was okay with that.
So
how can anybody be okay with just screwing your license plate into any vehicle you have with just the 2 and leaving the other ones with nothing in them, just banging and flopping against your car? How are you okay with that?
I zip tied on my
Oh,
boat
my Christ,
trailer.
on the boat.
Like I don't, because I couldn't find
Just continue.
2 screws with nuts that fit, because all my screws and nuts are different sizes. Anyway, and this is how dumb I am. This this whole decision to make these was back in goddamn
2018.
July. It was last July.
It's a 2015 invention here. These are nice,
This
man.
is
I love these.
pre-Omicron. And then obviously we collaborated with Villain with this and a bunch of other things. And by the shipping and stuff, so we got them in. Anyway, I've been telling Samantha I'm gonna make a video so I could promote these to put them on your the front of your car. And so
Be like Tom.
This has gone on for about 2 weeks. So she's like, "Do you
I
want to do it
asked him
today?"
every day.
yeah. And I was like, tomorrow.
We have been putting it off.
And so finally,
Well, you have to be in the right mood to be inspired to
Yeah.
really give a good performance, I feel like.
even to the point where I asked Samantha in the studio, I was like, I wonder if the front of my truck has the screws in there already, or I have to purchase aftermarket screws to put this on. I wonder how that works.
And then I was like, you don't have the screws already in there?
And then I was like, well, I don't know. Anyway, all of this for the other day, I
finally
I was like, I'm going to see if there's screws on there.
Yeah.
Today's the day. I'm feeling inspired.
I was just checking the screws. He wasn't making the video yet.
Yeah.
I was
okay.
checking the screws.
It was the pre-video
Yes.
screw check. Yeah, the pre-video screw check.
Yeah.
Everybody does that.
I walked out. I look at my Chevy Silverado that I got from DM Chevy.
Oh,
and-
Merchman's in the chat room. He says shot glasses are not on the site. You're
Yeah,
fucking everything up.
Talking about
yeah,
this.
he still has to put them up.
Hold on. Anyway,
Spiraling out of control.
and I looked down and there's nothing there. And then I was like, what? There's no place to put a front license plate. And then I was like, well, is this weird? I look at my wife's Traverse, nothing.
What, did you just freeze? And you're like, were you powerless?
And most people don't have that here. So what
Yeah.
the fuck
Some
did I
people do,
order
though.
them
So
We
for?
got all the surplus of these.
Some people do. We'll have to just...
And I was like, this is going to be popular. Order double. What
What else could it
Double
be?
it up.
idiot.
What else could it be?
Some people actually just hang them up in their garage.
Okay,
I mean,
well, what does that do?
shitbags do? That's what shitbags
I
do,
mean,
right?
otherwise, what else
if
do
you're
they
a
do?
rich person,
So
you don't hang this in your garage,
No.
right? I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody.
No.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
if
but
you hang
who's
this
gonna
in your garage, you're a shitbag.
The whole point was for you to drive around and
Right.
people could see it,
Right.
and not for you
Not
to
hide it in your garage.
Yeah. So you
Oh,
and who
yeah.
else sees
That's
it?
why you used to veto all the Monsters posters. You
just gotta force
I'll
it.
put them in the garage. And Tom's like, yeah,
You
they don't
can't-
need to be in the fucking garage.
You can't put it in the so the a waste of goddamn money.
Just make your own holes.
So wait, is this your way of? Is this like a reverse pity advertisement for these things? Are you
No,
telling people to now just buy them, please,
No, I'm not even.
and put them in your garage?
you can't do anything with it. You can't buy them.
Maybe we just call them.
No one's got
like
that.
garage art, right?
I don't. It's this is the
Rolling,
point.
rolling tray, rolling tray, rolling tray.
At this point, I want to punish
Yeah,
myself.
you kind of
and
need the edges,
yeah,
the
yeah.
raised edges.
It's a chops a lot.
Although we
chops a lot.
make rolling trays.
I think we did, didn't we?
no, well, truly,
You
Truly
made
does.
frisbees,
Truly
which
does.
could also be.
A rolling tray,
Yeah.
right?
we could make rolling tray. I just feel like
We have a medical marijuana sponsor. Why aren't we doing that?
Well, we're actually giving away rolling trays, and like every other order, if you submit your Truly form, Eric's putting them in those orders. But he's and speaking of that, he's also putting these BDM license plates now. I just said open up the floodgates. We got to get rid of them because no one's got a goddamn front license plate. Completely worthless.
We're live on Twitch right now, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. You can always watch us live on Twitch Monday through Friday, starting right around 10:30 on Fridays at noon. And then we put all of these videos up on YouTube later. Just search Tom and Dan Live. Let's see here. It's me, Huffington Paint says, my friend makes notebooks out of license plates. Garbage.
Notebooks.
I like that. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your positivity.
And the reason why
I agree.
I'm mad,
Garbage.
it just never dawned on me to even look to see before we made these if our cars had front
Well,
license
I told
plate
you my
holders.
theory on this is that cars up north that require multiple plates, obviously they're going to have one. And then down here, I think you get one. Like, I have the bracket for it in my garage because, see, I'm an organized automobile owner. And when
your car comes
when
with
I
a bracket?
purchased my car and when I was going through everything after I'd read the manual, because you guys know I get off on that, after I'd laid in bed nude and read my manual cover to cover, I was ready for the next stage, which is to go down, sit in it in my pajamas, set all the presets for my stereo, right? You guys don't do any of this? When you get a new car?
Are you joking?
No.
You go down it? Okay.
I don't even know how to.
when
I don't
you
even
get a
know
new
the
car-
controllers on my goddamn steering wheel, what they do.
Okay, any of our listeners that have the front license plate thing, they do what I do when they get a new car or a used car that's new to you. You read the manual cover to cover nude in your bed. When you're done with that, you're ready for stage two. Stage two is you put your pajamas on, you go down. It's usually in the night when I do it. You could do it any way you want, but go down my pajamas. I get in there. I have no shoes on. I set all the presets for. I put all the radio stations I like regular radio. Then I do all of the satellite radio. Then I connect my satellite radio, make any calls that I need to do to make sure I got that running. Then I make sure I got like my phone connected right and it shows up correct. I go through all the settings of like which turn off the stupid that new thing where your engine pauses at a stoplight and it shuts off. What is that? It doesn't. I looked it up. And it doesn't do, it's like
A minimal amount.
It's like a way, I think, for the automobile manufacturers to trick us into thinking that they're helping the environment. I don't think it does anything.
Yeah, it saves like a cup of gas every 2 months.
I don't think
like, oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Yeah, anyway, so
like it's still. I mean, isn't the Event Horizon or whatever still leaking oil? Like,
yeah, more
like,
than ever. So then, after you're done with that, then you go all into your car. You go through the glove box, make sure everything's in there. You put the sticker that's on the back. You put that in there. You put all your paperwork. You put an envelope in there so when you get any repairs, you have a place to put all your repair sheets. Then you check all your floor mats. And then when you go in the back, this is where you're going to find it. It's going to be in a little caddy or a little plastic bag to the back. You're going to find a couple of little things that you may or may not need depending on what state you're in, right? You're going to look in there and you're going to see a front license plate little, whatever you call that, a bracket that you can either affix to via screws or might have some double-sided, that poofy stick. What happened? We don't use that anymore, right? The double-sided poofy stick?
I use the poofy stick sometimes.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. That must be highly toxic or something because there's been a while since I've seen some good poofy stick where it's
3M still got it.
Yeah, but I think they took out the stuff that makes it work good now. You know, like everything. It's like, what made that poofy stick good? Lead. Well, you got to make it. It's a lead-free poofy stick. But anyway, that's where you're going to find it, in the back. It's going to be in a little bag.
Every single time I've ever been pulled over in my life, I've never known where my proof of insurance was.
God damn it.
And I've never given the officer a proof of insurance, and I always pretend to open up the glove box and rifle through it until he finally says, "You don't need it." And then he walks back.
Really?
Well, because
That's
then
a good move.
Never worked
well,
for me.
then he could check it. You know what I'm saying? He's like,
I go for your glove box these days. You're
I know.
gonna get
Why do they
shot.
even ask when they can check? That's
Do you say,
That's what I said.
Do you do what I do? Do you nervously go, I'm going to reach for my glove box real fast?
No. I use my white privilege for that. I jerkily reach for everything.
Yeah, everything.
I dig into.
you drop your gun on the floor.
You start cursing at the cop. You're like,
my gun falls out of my glove box. He's like,
Like,
"Watch
my
out!
bad."
Your gun! You're gonna damage it."
You said the completely inappropriate thing, like, if you were a civilian, I'd beat you senseless. You know, those guys. I love those guys.
I know
Oh
my rights.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Sovereign citizen.
So, Daniel, you brought something in today that
Yes.
you wanted me to try.
I don't even know
And
what
it's
this is.
I'm gonna change your life.
It's goddamn disgusting. And
not.
Samantha thinks the same too.
It's not this. Here, I'll pull it out and see if anybody knows what it is.
And I've seen this on commercials. And
I have not. This
You
is
haven't
all
seen
new.
this?
Yeah, look at that,
I mean,
buddy.
I've heard. I mean, is it essentially a neti pot?
Yeah, but it's like it's a technology neti pot. It's
Okay.
like a neti pot of the future, robot neti pot.
yeah. Well, you'd see this if you watch Fox News like me and Dan.
Oh,
Yeah, if you
yeah.
watch Fox News, you'd see this.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I was discussing with my wife how gold is the future, I purchased myself one. This is called Navage.
Yeah.
The Navage nasal saline flushing solution system.
Now, my wife is into cleaning herself, right?
This
That's
is good.
good.
That's
Yeah.
good. Write that down.
Like
All right.
she's
Write that down.
She takes a bath, soapy butt.
Yeah, and she's into the.
Does she do
Q-tips.
ear candles?
No, she don't. No, she don't believe in that. She is addicted to Q-tips, so she
eats them. too.
She might actually love the ear candle if she tried it.
She eats the Q-tips like the people on those weird addiction shows.
There's nothing in her ears because she uses Q-tips like twice a day.
She's pushing it in.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
were just saying she's stupid.
That might be why she has the tinnitus. She's pushing in all that wax further in.
Anyway, she's talked to a doctor. The doctor's like, yeah, it's fine, but if you don't use them, it's fine too. But whatever. Anyway, I would assume would be into the nasal, like there's the one that looks like a genie's lamp and you pour through your nose.
That's
and
the
stuff.
Yeah,
neti
that's the
pot.
neti pot.
That's
And-
the neti pot. I
And then
had
she's got
one of
some
those.
irrational fear about it. She's like, that's how you get amoebas in your
Yeah.
brain.
Well,
Yeah.
only if you use like lake water to flush your nose, which
That's what
normally,
I said. I was like,
normally I don't go.
amoeba.
I mean, the last time I did this, as much as I was tempted to walk down here to Lake Baldwin and dip it in, and then walk back in the hot sun, boiling the amoebas, and then blow it into my brain, I just went to my RO system, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
And
your
I'll-
filtered
that's what
water.
I'm going to do here. I brought this in, sir, because this is a new year. We're doing some things differently around here, and I would like for you. Almost, this is like we're gonna do like a nose baptism, like it's a nose baptism.
gross.
We're gonna start the year. Me and you, as business partners, we're gonna blow the boogers out of our nose together.
You're gonna use the same Navage?
No, I brought him.
You got little condoms to put over?
No, I got your own. I bought you your own thing.
Oh wow, you get your own Navage.
No.
Oh.
That's all. This thing's expensive as hell.
Put the condom over my nose piece with your mouth.
I got your own. I got your own Navage. These are called nose pillows.
Okay, all right.
Ew, who's gonna have the most boogies?
I'm going to guess he does because he never blows his boogers out.
That's
but I'm
true.
constantly blowing my boogers out. I have to because I got terrible allergies. Now, this morning, man, the magnet's pulling so hard. I would like for you to describe to Samantha and the entire audience what happened at your desk where I thought about calling 911 because
What?
I've never heard anything like this before.
No,
Why don't
okay.
you just describe what
No,
happened this morning?
I get sneeze fits. I had the sneeze fit. Samantha's seen it before.
Yeah,
right?
he
It was
does
a
get the fits.
15-minute sneeze fit, scream sneezing and poofing the OG, the Delta, the Omicron, all of it.
Now this happened earlier in the week, and I told him, please, for the love of God, just go blow your nose.
He needs
because I
this.
could hear it, and then he would sniff up the snot
Yes.
and then sneeze again.
You
if
gotta-
you blow your nose out, you won't keep sneezing.
You got to blow the boogers out, man. This is going to change your life.
Yeah, so what's the difference between this and, like Samantha said, like getting out of your truck?
Oh,
and
this isn't
opening
an ad.
the door to
Everybody
your.
said, this is
Not
not
rocket.
an ad. I like this dumb thing.
Yeah.
Everybody else here hates it, okay? They hate Navage.
Yeah,
Fuck
I hate it.
Navage. Are you good? It's not an ad. I just bought this thing. By the way, it's $115 for this piece of shit. And I'll tell you what, my wife is so awesome. She went to Walgreens and came back and got it for $40 because she had that many weirdo coupons. She is a weirdo.
So what does this thing do? It shoots water through one nostril.
Okay, so
and-
it shoots, and Sam, go ahead and pull up the website because they
Yeah,
might
I
have
got
because we're gonna have a lot of misinformation because I don't really know what it does. Because remember,
you got the
Tom,
salt pods?
Yeah, I got the salt. I got
Okay.
3 salt pods in here, one in case we fuck it up. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put RO water in here to the fill line, and then I'm gonna show you first like a good drug dealer would. I'm gonna shove the nose pillows in I'm gonna use my big nose. I'm gonna blow the boogers out of mine so you can see it. It's a weird sensation having water go in and through your nasal cavities and then back out your other nostril. It's very weird.
yeah,
But I sort of love it.
because your sinuses go far back in there, right?
Oh yeah,
and-
mine go
All the way
right
in.
down to my taint. I feel like.
And so
I'm going to go get water.
the water then travels through and comes out your other nostril.
Right.
And although, are you supposed to even do this? Like, does it trigger a response from your body just to make more mucus? So it's like, does a doctor say to do this?
According to Navage, their site, yes, because every once in a while you are supposed to flush your sinuses, apparently. But of course, these are doctors that they probably paid to say that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever heard any doctor tell you, "Are you flushing your sinuses?"
Never, not one time.
Like the only thing my doctor says, like, get some exercise and eat some goddamn vegetables.
I'll give you the honest answer. I don't think you're supposed to do this.
Okay,
But it
good. I like
feels
that
good?
you're honest about
No,
it.
I am honest about it. I don't think you're supposed to do this. As with most things, it's kind of like you ever talk to a hippie person or somebody who's like really holistic.
Don't use deodorant, man.
Yeah, those people. I think they have it right. I'm not anti.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have aluminum in your pores.
but they're just stinky, horrible, and I'm never going to be that. But I don't think they're wrong. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I don't think you're supposed to do this. That's not what this is about. This is about a nose baptism. This is about blowing the boogers out.
Nasal irrigation.
Yeah, but
It's supposed to wash and moisturize the inside of your nose.
I think you can go both ways on this. I think there are going to be some people that say, just like anything else that might be going on in the nation, don't need it. I'm good. I've got what I need. There are those people. And then there are the people that feel like they need to douche their nose.
Okay, so here's the difference.
I don't care. I just think it's funny, and I like douching my nose.
Between the Navage and the neti pot. It says, unlike devices like the neti pot and nasal squeeze bottle that push saline through your nose, the Navage nose cleaner is the only nasal irrigator that uses powered suction to gently pull saline through the nasal cavity.
Oh,
The
it's pulling, it's not pushing.
Suction.
So it sucks the other side, which
Sucks
sucks
the
work.
boogers
It sucks the
out.
boogers out.
Yeah. That
I'm going to do it. All right, so here's the little pod thing. By the way, I know how to get around this. They make you buy their proprietary things. I know how to get around that. There's you just need a toothpick, and you got to know the sequence of buttons to hit to get around it.
What pot is that? Is it?
It's a Navage salt pot. It's salt water. It's saline solution, concentrated saline.
Yeah.
Can you get like a menthol?
Yeah, you can get a menthol.
Okay,
oh
all
my
right.
God!
Ooh.
When you're high as hell, and I blew my.
Now I might be in.
It came with a sample one, and I started doing it. And I had my wife change it Apple Music to some put on some electro or something. All right, I'm gonna do it. Here we go.
Okay.
So you,
put the pot in.
Got the
Put
pot
the
in,
pot in,
close the pot.
and you close the thing down.
Yeah.
And you've never done a neti pot, you said. Look, so I think this
No.
is gonna change your life. So hold on, I'm gonna squish it down, and I release the
Release
saline.
the salt.
Yeah, release the salt, and then you got to give it a couple of swirls.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
all right.
It's grossing me out already.
Now,
Am I going to see your boogers?
You might. You might
Oh,
see more than
God.
that because sometimes my pants come off when I do this.
Why does
Okay.
that happen?
I don't
So
know.
you're
And I get a boner.
putting it in your nose.
All
Okay.
right,
You have to
bit-
push it so it creates a suction,
push it some more.
Okay, here we go. There's
All
a
right.
button on the side.
and then you turn it on.
Yeah, here
Oh,
we go.
God. Do you
What do
hold
you
your
have to
breath?
psych yourself up?
I'm joking.
Like you were about to
You can do this, motherfucker.
cave dive? Like, what are you doing?
Are you breathing while you're doing this?
You got to breathe
Okay.
out of your mouth, obviously.
Okay.
So water is now circulating through your sinuses and coming
Oh,
out the
yeah.
other end.
So the top water tank is now emptying into his nose, and it's getting sucked out through the water
It kinda-
tank on the bottom.
It seems like a magic trick, and the water's just falling into the reservoir.
Right.
Like,
Is
I
it
don't-
even going through your nose?
Like, I don't believe that it's going through your nose.
How do you feel? Oh my God! Water just came.
I'm leaking.
Oh my God! That's
I
disgusting.
need my paper towels.
That is
That is
disgusting.
disgusting.
Your booger water just fell on your chest.
Oh, God.
You know, if,
I got booger
I'm
water
gonna
on my boner.
throw up.
if we had Tuttle here, he'd chug that. Right? Like,
Why
that's
would
it.
you say
Call
that?
That's what you
him. How
do.
quickly can he get here? Can we do that on the VR yet?
That's-
Can he drink that
we
VR?
pay him $50 to do that.
All right, I will
Gross.
tell you. Look. Oh man, it makes a difference in my life because I'm such an allergy dude.
Well, you didn't seem stuffy before, so it seemed like
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is. I told you
well,
it's
let's
fake.
switch out this booger water.
All right, I'm gonna. You want me to go get you set up?
Okay, yeah, you can get me set
Everyone
up.
thinks that Tom's gonna drown.
Yeah. Can you do
he
that?
might try and breathe in through his
You
nose.
can't. If you breathe it through your nose, you'll die.
Let's do
yeah.
it. Let's do it.
I'm like
Make
a-
sure you get some paper towels because he's for sure gonna leak
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. Like,
Not a lot of boogies.
No, I'm clean.
I feel like
I've used it like, and I'm not overusing it because I think people do that, but I'm doing like once a day, so that'll be it for me, right?
Once a day.
I just do it once a day, and
feel-
I don't use the salt pods. I do the that I do my own salt because I'm not gonna pay for plastic salt pots. Plus, of all the garbage you're putting in the earth, right? So I just sprinkle salt in there like a teaspoon.
Table salt.
Yeah, that's all saline is.
No, that's some sort of fancy massage salt.
It's salt water.
Massage
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go get you water.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
get his water.
So, first off, I'd never do this because it takes like time to fill the thing up. Like I have a hard enough time.
Yeah, there's
it,
no way you're doing this.
Yeah, like every morning when I make myself a
you
cup
won't
of-
even blow your nose for the love of God.
Let me ask you this: you have like a K-cup coffee maker or something?
No, I just have a regular coffee maker.
So you got to add water to every morning, right?
Well, I do it the night prior, have the filter in with the coffee, and so
there
then
you
when I
go.
wake up, I just hit the button.
Every morning, I go to my coffee maker, and then I put the K-cup in, and then I go to hit start, and then it flashes low water in the reservoir.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go, God! And then I take the reservoir off, and I walk over to the RO system, and I fill it just enough so that it can make my cup of coffee, but no more. Like,
Okay.
I don't fill it all the way up
The
because
bare minimum.
the bare minimum, and then I put it back, and then I'm like, I make my cup of coffee, whatever, and then go about my day, and then it's like Groundhog's Day for me. Then the next morning, low water again. That's a mental illness.
Yeah, one of your Vanisms from the 2021 End of the Year Awards is very much true of I never have and never will learn a lesson. Yeah.
Why does that happen? Why can't I just fill it all the way up to the top? That way I get the full amount of time
I don't
that I
know.
should get.
Do
And
you
then
take the reservoir off?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Just
every
use
morning.
a cup. Just use a cup.
I can't. I have to fill it from the bottom in my coffee maker or whatever. Like I have to unscrew the bottom and then fill it from the bottom. I can't put it in the top. I have one of those side reservoir thing.
Mine has a side reservoir, but it has a lid on the top that you can just pop off, and then I can just dump a cup of water in there.
Mine,
So
I-
if I
yeah.
take, it's
That's
like
what I
for,
do, yeah,
For
yeah.
me, I do like if I take a cup, I dump a cup.
Yeah.
So, but I use a bigger cup than the cup I'm making. So for every one cup I'm taking, I'm putting two in. Always stays ready to go.
Yeah. I'm never ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm
Well,
going to
you're-
grab paper towels because I don't
Well,
trust this.
are you ready to go here, sir? Because you're about to change your life.
Okay.
So do you want to do this part? I'll put the salt pot
Again,
on the top.
I've never pushed anything through my nasal
This may be a bad idea.
passages, so I don't know. What if it doesn't come out the other side?
What if it just goes into your butt?
Well, I don't know. Like, what if it just gets
Where would it
forced
go?
in? Don't know. Well, I have never done this before.
Do you
so-
have any pre-existing conditions I need to know about before you ride this ride?
Don't know.
This is like mission space of our
What if we
show.
kill Tom?
Oh, you got to push that down
Live on
hard.
Twitch.
Put it on the table and push it down all the way
Make
till
sure
it
it snaps.
clicks. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it
cool.
went in.
You can't undo it either. They made it so if you do that, it won't work. That's how they're trying to scam you. I know the way around that. If you
Now,
have
what kind of water did you put in here?
RO water?
The fish tank
I
water.
don't know. Like,
did-
this could be the grand
Wait, you
scheme.
think this is like a no?
Well, now
yeah.
that Butler's not here, you got to prank Tom.
No, I didn't do that. Butler peed in our soap machine dispenser. That's why I threw it out, and it broke too. And I did not pee in that. I did not pee in that.
Because once you get the amoeba, there's nothing anybody could do.
No,
Like,
you're a goner.
This isn't
there's
an amoeba.
Which seems crazy to me.
If
It was
the
like,
water
there's nothing.
if the water feels warm though, I did not pee in it. Okay. So the button on the side.
Okay, this button.
No, well, you're
Oh.
dumping it everywhere.
Okay, well, I thought there
Okay.
were.
No, you can't tilt it, dude.
Okay.
It's a device.
So I put it up to my nose.
Oh, you
and
know,
In
you
your
put it
nose.
in your nose.
Okay.
Your nose pillows go in your nose.
All the way.
And put them in there. And when you get them in there where you got a seal.
Okay, yeah,
Now
yeah.
relax.
He's in.
Relax. You got to
I
relax.
can't relax. It's-
You have to relax.
I'm terrified.
If you don't relax, it's going to blow your eyeballs out of your head.
I'm not relaxed, and something. It feels like it's not going to work.
You got to turn to the side a little bit because everyone wants to see your boogers.
The side.
There you go. Like that.
Okay.
Like that. That's perfect.
So, I feel like it's going to instantly start choking me.
No,
gotta
you're going to
breathe
breathe
through
out of
your
your
mouth.
mouth.
I can't. I can only breathe the nose and mouth at the same time.
At the same
Nobody
time.
does that. Nobody breathes mouth and nose at the same time. Nobody does that.
All right.
Wait,
so,
you just snorkel. You're
So
fine.
you're going to breathe through your mouth and you're going to press the button and it's just going to gently suction the water through your nose.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
3,
All right.
2,
Okay. Here we go.
1.
And
Gently.
Ah! I feel like I'm drowning.
Yeah, it does. Breathe through
Don't
your mouth.
breathe through your
Breathe through your
mouth.
mouth. Breathe through your mouth. Oh, you got. Look at that. Oh my God.
I can't see his hands
Holy
coming.
shit. Dude, you just pulled your brain out. He just pulled his brain out. Like, you're
I'm
done. You're
not
done. Let
going
go.
over
Let
there.
go. You're done. Oh, he's
Oh,
leaking.
God.
You're
there's paper
leaking.
towels in front of you.
Paper towels right there in front
Oh
of you.
God.
You're leaking.
What happened?
You're leaking. Show your boogers, dude.
No.
No, in the top, you got one of our fish from the tank is in there.
You okay?
David Buster's token.
There's a David Buster's token.
That was not pleasant at
Look
all.
at that on the top. Look
His
at that
eyes
on
are
the top.
watering.
It forced the salt out of my eyes. Like I feel my eyes are burning from salt water. Like I jumped in the ocean.
Look at that loogie on the
No,
top.
gross.
Oh,
This is disgusting,
Lord
guys.
Almighty.
It fell
Oh,
It fell on my pants like I peeped in my pants.
oh
It's
man.
happening again.
We got a big loogie there.
Oh,
We got a winner.
That
How do you
was
feel?
horrible.
Now tell me how you feel. All right.
dude, that was weird.
Now tell me how you feel.
It was leaking into the back of my throat. Does that do that for you?
No.
I got a loose.
You gotta lose those holes. Too much cocaine.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there's
it's all that
something-
kratom you snorted.
There's something loose back there
Because kratom loosened your nose holes.
Your septum is gone.
Oh, thank you. Duke of Altamont just gave us, I think, like $3 or something. For that.
right.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
like when we used
Now
to.
we're just doing party tricks for dollars.
when we used to wake skate or like tube or whatever, and you fell into the ocean. And you got water shot up into your
Right,
nose. That's what
yeah.
it felt like. Like,
Ooh, I don't want that.
yeah, it felt like I was like jumped into the ocean and water forced into my the back of my nose or whatever.
Chat room's proud of you. Now, how do you feel now that and you'll leak saline all day a little bit, just like our wives do when we, coitus. And
It feels a little open, like
a little
I
cleaner.
flushed it out.
But I'm prepared to get the emails. They're going to be the people that say it's all bullshit. I'm just saying to put it to you right now. I believe that too. I don't know if this does anything, but you blew a big old booger out. You won the booger off.
If well, you do this often, so it's like
Yeah.
I've never, so it was a hiding
First
back
time.
there.
Yeah, first time.
I'd never do that left up to my own devices because
Why?
It's unpleasant. Like maybe if I did it more, I become used to
They
it. But
suggest you do it twice a day, much like you brush your teeth.
that's too much.
I think
feel like that
I
is
think
too
that's
much.
propaganda.
Yeah. No one
If you
needs
put that
that.
much salt in your nose, isn't that going to dry it out?
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm all about doing it to like clear your nasal passages, and I like the feeling of it. But I think 2 times a day is wrong.
Seems a lot, yeah.
Of
I
course,
thought
yeah,
once
yeah,
a day
yeah.
might even have been a lot.
I think somebody's blending like what could be beneficial with their bottom line, and I hate that. That sucks.
Well, I'm sure if you got some sort of colon cleanse, once a week,
Juan,
like everything.
Juan, do you have one of these? I think Juan in our Twitch chat room,
I think you
twitch.tv
neti pots.
/Tom and Dan live. See, neti pot doesn't do it for me. You know why? Because my nose gets so clogged that sometimes I put the neti pot in and I turn it, and my nose is just like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna happen today.
Also, you just use that, so I feel like there was some residual
Boogies.
Yeah, Daniel's
Yeah,
boogers.
it is kinda gross. You
in
guys
that.
did that back to back.
Well, what
like
does it matter? That's the reservoir. That's the toilet. That's like using the same toilet, and we do that here.
But it goes through the pipes.
Yeah, but you're not putting your tongue in the pipes or anything.
Yeah, but the
But
pipe
the clean water's going through the pipe.
I get from the bottom and
No,
then
from the top
from the
to the
top.
bottom.
Oh,
So it's all
It's always clean water through
Yeah.
the pipe. There's no boogers going through the pipe unless they come through your nose and through the pipe.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if that was gross or
What
not.
other holes on our body could you run something through and run it out the other side? Is your nose the only one you can do that? Or can
easily yes.
Is there a way to put a hose in my ass and have it come out some other hole?
No, it can come back out your ass.
No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's not what I want.
Yeah. I think they're safe.
According to the Magic School Bus, no.
Our
that's
ears,
not-
there's no connection there. What about the people that can put milk out of their eyeballs? See, I'm telling
Well, that's
you.
connected. I'm telling
That's
you.
your sinuses. Yeah.
I felt a burning in my eyes, like somehow it.
You need your glasses.
No, like the salt water had pushed itself up into my eye, like
How
tear ducts.
disorganized are your sinuses? My God, there's just
It's all
passages
connected
everywhere.
That's it's like the people.
You went to an ear, nose, and throat specialist. What did they check out? Anything?
Well, that's how I was had him look at my throat. He's like, it's
You
fine.
should have checked everything. You're all fucked up.
He looked at my cauliflower ear. He's like, that's weird. Never seen that before.
yuck.
You need a new doctor. I gotta find you new doctors. Do they all have one fucking star? He said I never saw that before.
Well, not with just putting on headphones. He's like, I've seen it with the wrestlers, but boy, I've never seen it
Not
with
with lazy
headphones.
slobs.
Yeah, that's basically what he meant.
Not with non-athletes.
Every doctor
Yeah.
he tells us about too, like his dentist,
horrible.
like he had,
Yeah.
for your
Like,
crowd, which I had a crown
He's like,
too.
why do you have athlete's foot?
Your doctor's at the...
no.
At the ear, nose, and throat doctor.
I was like, always throwing a little bit of shade.
I love that, like, when you went to your dentist to get your crown, it was like, you were like, I had 9 surgeries. You know, like on the door, whatever you were telling me about.
Oh, yeah. I gotta get a new dentist. We need
I have a great dentist. I just don't know that they need the promotion.
a BDM dentist to advertise because it seems like a lot of people look for dentists.
I'm gonna shoot my dentist an email.
Because they didn't work. Because I feel like with a dentist, like Daniel found a good one, and then you're like, all right,
I like my dentist, but they don't need the help. I don't think.
Yeah,
You gotta ask.
for the most part,
Like Miss Pat said, all I can do is say no.
That's true.
a lot of people, they
Give me your money, my dentist.
They just use whatever's cheapest. That's what I do. But then it's like then you end up with murder gums, and then they drop your tooth on the floor.
I'm not going with whatever's cheapest when it comes to the dentist because I hate going to the dentist anyway.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
gonna spend the money to not get my gums killed.
That's you do get what you pay for.
I forgot
I try
they
to tough it
dropped
out.
your tooth on
Yeah.
the floor. I forgot how good that was.
I try to tough it out, be like, fuck it, whatever. And
It's your
then,
mouth, man.
And then it's like, man,
That's your
look,
moneymaker over there.
Like for $50 more. How much better could
Yeah.
this be?
like famous people, how do they get a dentist?
If
Dentist
you,
comes to
Referrals.
them, right?
I mean, if you go to the most expensive one, it's good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
yeah,
right.
they treat you well. They give you anything you would need.
There was a sweet spot in dentistry, I feel like, not a couple of years ago. Boy, I'm dating myself. I want to say like 15 years ago, where like it's not really like this now, but tell me if you agree. There was a sweet spot in dentistry where you would go to the dentist and he had a lot of like cool entertainment technology before anybody else did. Like we knew a dentist here in town that when you laid in his chair and he laid you back, he'd put on like a version of VR goggles on your head. And you'd be watching TV.
What?
Yeah. Do you remember this guy?
Glasses that have like a little TV
Yeah,
inside.
and it was like VR before VR, and like and they'd always have that like $30,000 fish tank, or they'd always have like some sort of like version of like a Nintendo, but it was like a freestanding video game system for kids to play. Like they always like went hard on the fun.
Insurance, I think, tightened up and some change.
Something
and then,
changed.
So it's like
it's not as fun anymore, man. It used to be like dentists were like really fun, where they're like, spend our money, let's go. It was like the
Yeah, they were
housing
getting
crisis.
paid, yeah,
like
something.
when people with multiple mortgages. I got a beach house. I'm rich.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
dentists were doing it too.
And that was back when, and maybe we'll get there again, when companies used to offer the top of the line, like dental and healthcare, and, it was wrapped up in your salary.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people are using it all the time. And then they stopped doing that because they were like, oh, fuck it. We don't need. And now I guess you'd probably have to do it again to attract employees because we're having that problem. It's all like, the pendulum swings back and forth. So maybe it'll get back where if you work for a company, you have great dental care, then you can get all the good shit. Because, it seems to have gone downhill.
Yeah,
right?
I had to get a crown. I've never had this happen before, too, but when I got that crown done, and he put it on there, and it fit, like, perfectly, and then he's like, oh, so I put it in there, and he's like, and you have another little cavity here we're going to take care of, and they were just like, zzz, zzz, and they got rid of that one, which did make me feel a little trashy that they had to get, like an extra one. You know what I mean? It's like, while we're here, we'll knock this one out. That made me feel a little trashy.
We were never meant to survive this long, so our teeth were never even meant to last this long.
That's
so,
true.
So it's like, it's not that big of a deal. Once you pass 40, 50, it's like they'll just start deteriorating.
Would it be trashy for me to get a gold tooth or something? Is that trashy still?
Oh, do the Joe Pesci.
I'd love to get a gold tooth just for fun. Like, why not? It's no different than a tattoo or anything else. Like, why not?
Well, if you asked for a gold crown, would they have given it to you?
I asked
I
that.
bet.
Man, we are on the same wavelength. Not only would they, but you got to come out of pocket for it, and they do more than that. Like, my particular dentist said that if I wanted to get something etched on it or drawn on my crown, I could get whatever I wanted to. In fact, he had a client that she wanted a crown on her crown. So they
crownception.
they put a crown on her crown, and then she got another one. They put a heart on it.
So and is it just clip art? Or do they act? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
Where
question.
do they get
That's a good
Like
question.
what type of crown
I
is
didn't
it?
ask. That's a great question. That is you know what? That is because you don't want like the same crown that everybody else has got.
Yeah, is that like
You want a one-off.
does the person that is making the crown like freehand draw it, or does he stamp some? Do you have 5 to choose from?
That's an excellent question.
It's like this one is a little more urban. Anyway.
Well, yeah, or like the air freshener crown.
Yeah.
That's the one I would want, like the blinged out fun crown. I don't want I don't know.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got Ross with the news.
Indeed. This is really, really cool, man. I wrote to this band over the weekend. I was listening to some punk music playlist on Spotify or Apple Music, something like that. And the band popped up. They're called Kid Capici, featuring Bob Vylan. They're from England. I wrote to them and said, hey, I really like the song I heard. And they're like, please use it on your podcast. We would love for you to do that. So, we're going to play that. We're going to roll into that. But let's do our shot. We got to get this... We're gonna tuck this away. I know that...
Drink them if you got them. Pour them out if you got them.
If you got a little something that you would like to toast right now, now would be a good time to grab something tasty in honor of a very, very loving and good friend of ours.
Yep. Here's to Mark Neff. And we're
BDM.
We're going to miss you, buddy.
Yep.
And then also I'll cheers to Bob as well.
Indeed.
To Mark and Bob.
All right, y'all, enjoy this. The name of the song is New England. I just think it goes. It's a good track. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time right after this.
Welcome to the new world, the New England. Come witness the greatness of Britain. Driving around in a German car. Stop for lunch in a sushi bar. Get my news. It's just uncomfortable me. And maybe, just maybe, I'll admit that I could use a little help. I haven't been doing so well.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Let's do some news.
All right, buddy, let's do it.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's news brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
I saw he's clowning you in his latest video.
Me?
Yeah, I put it in the BDM group.
Wait, like he's
What
actually...
did he say?
Well, you know how he brings his video guy here now, Forrest. He just he put a little clip together, and he said, of course, Tom Van would ask this question. And then I'll just let people go find the video. And
So wait, now we have a client who's actively making commercials for his own law firm that clown...
that is correct.
Okay.
By the way,
No, he's not client.
he's
like,
also making videos live from the Bahamas, like a baller.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
How to beat a DUI test. I'm just guessing what the question was.
It was a fireworks question and liability. And
Mo's poking fun at me because that's what good friends do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
you
Yeah.
he didn't even tell you he moved.
It's like well, you know,
Would
he moved
would
further
you?
away from you.
Yeah, would you tell him?
Not if I
he
didn't
was
have
keeping
to.
that under wraps, and that was like a secret. He didn't tell anybody close to him he moved. So
He told Sam.
Yeah. He's
so-
coming to my 5-year anniversary party at Rock Pit Brewing. Are
Yeah,
you?
he'll be there.
Well,
No.
Sam, I swear you do these.
Take my bag, man. What was that?
Ross, what's going on?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You want to get started with news, or it's been a long time? I got a couple good fights for you that I've been in.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Who you been fighting with?
So, I don't know if you guys saw. I worked at the. Oh, you were there, Tom. You came by the fireworks tent, fire spot. I was working out there for New Year's. And if you've ever been to the Longwood store, it's a sketchy ass parking lot. Just off the top of my head, there's a Big Lots, there's a discount tobacco and alcohol outlet, there's a fucking plasma donation center, and then we're sandwiched between the holy duo of McDonald's and a goddamn payday loan store. So there's just all kinds of sketch in that parking lot, like top to bottom.
Yeah.
And so it was Monday. We were all set up. Everything was ready to go. And there's like nobody in the tent. And so I was just standing there looking out at the parking lot. And I see this dude, sketchy, skinny, scruffy, white guy, like backpack. And the real clue to me was like just 360 head on a swivel looking around for something to steal, clearly. Like just walking north end of the parking lot to south end of the parking lot, just looking for something to steal, clearly. And he walks north to south to this truck at the south end of the tent and just starts rummaging through the bed.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh shit, here we go. He's doing it.
Yeah,
and,
it's happening.
And so my mistake here was I decided to get cute, and I said, hey, get out of my truck. Like I'm role playing now that this is my truck.
Oh, I like that.
Through.
I like that.
Well,
that's a fast pass to interject yourself. I like that.
Yeah, at least it saves the defense that he would yell at you if you just say, "Hey, get out of that truck."
He could be like, "It is my
Fuck
truck."
you, mind your business. Yeah.
Because you knew it wasn't his truck, or at least you thought you did.
No.
I had strong suspicions at the time, Tom. And again, he's just like rummaging through the bed of the truck. He didn't like go get a Coke out of the door and then start looking through his toolbox or something.
Right.
He just walked up to this truck again from hundreds of feet away and just started rummaging through the bed. So I get cute and I go, get out of my truck. And he turned on me and bowed up quick. It was like rattlesnake quick. And started screaming at me, "It's my friend's truck!" And so we kind of have like a little shouting match back and forth. And he does this move that just completely popped my balloon. He went and popped the passenger side door and sat in the truck
to prove that.
Oh, wait a minute.
He'd do whatever he wants.
Yes, or so it would seem. And then time goes by. And his friend does come out of the plasma donation center and get into the truck, and they have like a scruffy little conference, and there's a lot of pointing over at me, and they like glare at me for a while,
And
then
is
they drove away.
why I mind my fucking business.
No, I support Ross in this. It was worth it to yell at somebody. I support this fully. Yeah, no, that guy deserved that yelling no matter what. Well done.
And this occurred first day of like fireworks sales. So like, A, we were watching for the guy to come back and try to murder me the whole rest of the time. And B, there was a lot of time to dissect it. And like in retrospect, what happened was, his friend was donating plasma for $50 or whatever. And he struck out from the truck, and I just happened to catch him on his return route. And his bag was probably full of stolen shit. I'm just going to assume he had stolen a bunch of shit. And somebody else pointed this out at the tent. He probably was rummaging through his friend's truck looking for something to steal too.
Oh, yeah,
Why else
that's
are
true.
you going through the back of your friend's truck?
That's true.
Yeah.
I've never gone through the back of your truck. I want to. There's tons of stuff in there.
Let's talk about
Do you
donating.
need ants?
He's got them.
Let's talk about donating plasma because there's
I know a few people that do that.
a huge
No, both
difference.
both poor people and rich people do it. Just rich people with TVs.
Well, there's a huge difference in what people think of you between donating blood and plasma.
True.
Even though
Very true.
Even though plasma is like
It's because you get paid for it.
Yeah.
exactly, but
Yeah.
they pay you because they need it more.
Yeah, it's
more than
more
blood.
valuable, yeah.
So you should be looked at like a hero, like when you donate blood, but you are not.
That's true.
You are looked down on.
Can you do that can you donate your plasma? If
Wait
you're
a
just-
minute. Is
For free?
is this an example of awesome sad? Because you're awesome for donating, but also kind of sad because you're doing it because you need the money. Right?
Yeah,
That's awesome sad.
it's awesome.
We're
sad.
not really donating, right? You're just cashing in a little.
Well, you're selling it, but hey, listen, you didn't have to. You didn't invent the business.
That's
They're
right.
offering money for it,
That's
so
right.
it's
And
like
it's helping people that need
It
it.
is
So that
helping
I
people.
like that part. Let's
Yeah.
just start there and work our way back.
it's like why
You
could
also should be getting paid for your fucking blood too, because they sure as hell are.
I agree.
you're
Yep.
right? It's a huge.
I
business.
felt like I
And
needed
it's a
to
racket.
stand up and applaud
There
that
are
answer.
some companies that do, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Most of them sell it. Yeah.
Called
A
Crystal.
t-shirt and a fucking cookie? Fuck you. You're selling that gallon or that pint for $600, $700.
You got a T-shirt? I don't even get that. I just get one of those blankets that's not really a blanket, and I end up just wrapping my dog in it, and then they shit on me.
The only one I have left, Dan, is the one I wore a blood donation t-shirt to a Guar show in the 90s. That's the only one I still have left.
That's a good idea, though. That's a brilliant.
Yeah, right?
That's a brilliant idea. I love that.
All right, Ross. What do we got first?
Okay, let's talk about, let's start in Florida. I don't know if this was news to me today. This is my first time hearing about it. I guess for New Year's, some assholes set the southernmost point buoy marker in Key West on fire.
I saw this. Yeah, and there was a video of
what
them
is it
doing
made out of?
I thought it was a big concrete.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was concrete. So
Yeah, it
like-
didn't burn. They just burned the paint on the outside.
Oh
Well, that's
my
okay.
God.
Just repaint it.
They dragged a tree of some sort over to it and set a tree on fire. And like Tom said, scorched the outside to the tune of like $5,000 is what the city's saying. But they busted these guys. And here's where it pays off to always tip your bartender. They busted these assholes because they got video of them, first of all. That fucking thing's on video. And the bartender at the place they were the night before recognized them because they stiffed them 3 separate times on 3 separate orders.
So,
Wow.
I mean, Key West
Like
is
ordered a beer or a White Claw or a fucking whatever, paid with card, no tip.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Idiots.
I wonder if was this some sort of like
They're just drunk idiots.
a prank or some sort of like scavenger hunt
Ended up
challenge?
being 2 hicks from Texas.
Yeah.
Just drunk as fuck, and they were of course videoing and selfieing and all that horse shit.
But see, people won't even. We talked about this earlier about how Florida man and Florida gets a bad rap. People are going to just see the headline and think, oh, Florida man burning the Key West buoy when it was
Yeah.
fucking Texans.
Yeah, Texas
Well,
is just
but
as
isn't
bad.
Well, yeah. I think it's the same at this point, right?
Like we at least got beaches. I don't know they have some beaches.
They
that
do.
Just,
They got a lot of beaches.
In the middle, they got nothing.
You know
I've
what?
seen Yellowstone. It's a bunch of ranches.
I've been to Buc-ee's, and I gotta say they probably have better
Yellowstone?
jerky.
Is that in
I
Texas?
bet they have better jerky.
Well, no, that's a Montana. But there's a whole thing of it. Anyway,
I don't. Okay.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like when they overestimate the damage of shit because I
It's
saw
not
the picture.
$5,000 of
There's no-
shitty paint. I've seen people take pictures on that. You know what it's painted like? It's painted like
They already fixed it. Someone just went and repainted it. They cleared off the soot of the fire, and I think it's
They
concrete.
repaired it overnight.
Yeah.
It was an overnight repair.
Some guy did it
It's
for
like painting
$400.
it's painting the exterior of a cruise ship, or like whenever you go to a Bahamian island and they always have one
Yeah.
big rock that was too big for them to move, so they just paint a crab on it.
Yeah.
You've seen that before. Like
it's
I'm
not even-
telling you, that is exactly what they did. It took them $5,000. This is making me mad.
They did that so they could charge the guys more because
Yeah.
if you charge them with over,
Yes, you can get them on a felony.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it was.
So
Oh, well,
you
you got to make it higher than 5. Isn't the number 5?
also I
Or is
want
it 500?
I want proof that they paid.
for felony,
felony.
over 1,000.
Over at that. Okay. All right. I was
Okay.
thinking if they'd made it just the 5, then I'm like,
right.
come on, you got to make it higher than that.
Yeah, yeah.
501.
Even $1,000 too much. Like they for sure paid that guy $500 or less to repaint that goddamn giant concrete bell or buoy.
Don't
or
they have to
whatever
do that a decent? I mean, that can't be the first time. The thing looks
You
like
got to touch
shit.
it up every once in a while,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Isn't that the thing? It's
Yeah.
the concrete
Yeah,
thing,
it's
and then
the
everybody
concrete
stands in
thing.
front of it, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Look,
Yeah,
you
southernmost point.
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks like shit.
And I always say, like, I see rocks behind you. That's the southern. It's true. Like, there's like goddamn jetty behind you. Like, stand at the end of that.
Walk to that, then I'll tune in.
Oh, so Key West BTM checking in the chat. She says that the paint has to be salt proof, so it's very expensive.
Bullshit.
No,
Salt-proof paint. There's no such thing as salt-proof paint. Nothing's salt-proof.
Yeah.
Then they put the salt-proof paint on the fucking boats that are floating in the fucking salt.
Yeah. It's not that. I mean, how much more expensive?
Why am I getting
Like,
Ross mad about that? I'm getting mad.
I don't know.
I'm mad about
So
this.
what is that? $32 more a gallon? Like it ain't $5,000. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
That Bahamian crab also painted in salt-proof paint.
She said,
The best
I was
part,
being
the
sarcastic.
The AP is quoted, the bartender who busted these guys is saying they saw them on the video, not only like stiffing them, but also trying to pick up girls and failing all night.
Jesus.
I like how they throw
They
that in
threw
there.
a dig in there. They did that to us on. They did that to us in one of the Saget stories. They were like, Tom and Dan, who did not go to see him that
Yeah,
night.
they did. Did not go to his
Yeah,
show.
they were like, Tom and Dan,
Yeah.
who didn't make the show. Wowly. And it was like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, hey.
Like, why would they mention
Yeah,
that?
why'd you say that? You're making me sad.
All right, Ross. Next story.
We got an update to a story we've talked about before. You guys remember the Pennsylvania gold treasury cache that the FBI stole?
Okay, yeah.
If you don't remember, I'll just catch you up real quick. These metal detector guys found what they think was a Civil War gold shipment that had gone missing. They brought in the FBI to help them locate it. The FBI brought in what they called like a better company with more precise equipment. And this company came in and detected what they said was like a 9-ton mass that seemed to have the density of gold. And so the FBI came in and dug for a fucking long time and then said, nope, there was nothing, and then just bounced, right? And so they've filed Freedom of Information Act requests for the info about this. At first, the FBI said, we have no files about the investigation. We have no information
Sounds
about
correct.
it.
None at all.
They tend to lose things every once in a while.
Justice Department ordered a more thorough review. FBI said, okay, we do have records, but they're exempt from public disclosure. All right. So now these guys that initially found the gold, they're suing the dicks off of the FBI for this information. Now the FBI has been forced to reveal they have 2,400 pages of records and 17 video files that they could turn over. And that's what they're admitting to right now. So they went from, we don't have any records, anything, sir, to fucking just reams and reams and reams of data on this shit. And so hopefully these guys want to uncover the fact that they did dig up this fucking gold and they're just sitting on it, basically.
It seems to me hard that you'd ever prove it, because if they did take the gold for themselves, either for the United States or for the personal FBI agents that wanted to steal it for themselves.
That's what I'd like to think it is. I'd like to think it's the personal FBI agents for the movie I'm writing in my brain.
Right.
But it's like, if they were willing to steal the gold, then they're willing to not follow procedure.
No, you got to sit on it for a while. Everybody knows that,
long
dude.
time.
You can't disperse it yet. You got to sit on it for a while in case this happens.
But it's like if you have weed in your car and then you're like, don't worry, the cops can't search your car without probable cause. And then they're just gonna say they smelled weed, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, guess what? The cops they know the law too. And I figured the FBI knows if they did steal it, either it's the agents or our country just wanting the gold for themselves, or whatever the hell it is.
In their mind, it's not theft; it's a recovery.
Right.
This was initially, if it is this Civil War cache of gold that has been found, in their minds, it was federal property.
Right.
They've just returned it to the federal government, either the actual wider federal government or just the FBI. And in their mind, it's not theft; it's just a recovery.
No, 100%. But I'm saying if they were willing to even do it, then they're probably willing to hide the fact that they did it, and therefore going through like, hey, you must release the document. Then I'm sure they just will shred the ones that prove that we stole it, right?
Or just change the entire story. I mean,
they're not going to follow the letter of the law.
Here's the thing I don't understand about redactions. Is like, why even write it down? Keep that shit to yourself and never write it down. Then you don't have to redact it. I'm a genius.
Yeah, why they even videotape them stealing
Yeah, don't
it,
even do. If you really I'm with you. If you really want to steal it, and we're gonna go off book here, we're gonna go rogue.
Well, that's what they used to do, and then we as a society tried to make them more accountable. But sometimes things get quote unquote lost, and video footage gets lost.
If I was an FBI agent and you guys were trying to make me more accountable, I would just become more sinister. That's just how you do it.
So
supposedly the one record they've uncovered is a text from one FBI agent to another describing these gold finders as the dumbest motherfuckers they've ever met.
Wow.
You motherfucker.
Got him.
Oh. All right. Ross, what do you think? You think the FBI just dug it up, took the gold, and that's,
You got these two guys that are professional, treasure hunters who seem pretty convinced they've found this shit. First of all, from records, and then second of all, from their instrumentation telling them big old lump of gold in the ground. And then the FBI brings in this secondary consulting company who confirms that fact. Yep, 9 tons seems to be gold. And then they dig, and there's nothing, and B, they don't even have an explanation or pictures of the empty hole to show anybody or anything. Yeah, they fucking stole it.
Yeah.
Although if someone, let's say
I would give them a little gold if I were the government, which I'll never be. But if I were the government, I would give them just enough gold to wet their whistle and be done with it.
So also, if there are 2 humans that you don't know, right? And all I told
Sometimes I feel like you and Sam are the 2 humans I don't know.
And then I gave you one piece of information, and that gave you a clue on whether they were credible or not, and that piece of information was they were metal detector hobbyists. I feel like that takes one notch down of credibility for whatever reason. Well, it's like telling, like,
Oh, is it a trashy hobby to be a treasure hunter? Is that what you're saying?
it falls into like
Too trashy to be believable treasure hunter? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying that it does knock your credibility down
It's
for
a
whatever
little
reason.
carny.
Like a
It's
ghost hunter or something?
It's a little carny-ish. Yeah, okay.
It's like saying, like, all right, okay, this is Bobby. You're like, all right, I'm going to tell you, he has multiple bug out bags. And then you're like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
it doesn't
right.
mean anything. It just,
Yeah, you just need the one.
Right.
it just means it's like, no, maybe
Yeah,
something
there's
wacky.
something wrong there.
Yeah. He's been
Tom, I'm involved with a number of metal detectorist groups online, and you would be surprised how like smart and methodical and scientific and sober these assholes really are.
I know they're a bunch of nerd dads, and
They do a lot of research.
You're right, and they know a lot about history. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
they're not dumb.
Also, they're really sweet and
the-
nice when I meet them on the beach, and then it makes me embarrassed for some sort of inappropriate piece of clothing I'm wearing. You know, like I'll wear like this sweatshirt I have has the fuck on it. You know, has the word fuck on it, and then I'm meeting some nerd dad, and he's like, "Oh, spicy shirt," and I feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
They're nice people.
Big
these.
Johnson metal detectoring t-shirt.
Yeah, it's inappropriate.
I'm not saying it's accurate. I'm just saying what society looks like. You see people in metal detector. You see with the parrot at the beach. You see.
Which do you prefer?
You know, metal detector or parrot at the beach.
If you had to choose.
I'll go with metal detector.
Because aren't they like, isn't parrot evil and metal detectors good? Aren't they the same guy, but just good and evil?
Well, I mean, the metal detector guy is finding other people's lost stuff and keeping
And the
it.
parrot guy just wants attention to get a blowjob on the beach.
Yeah. The parrot guy just wants you to take a picture with him.
Yeah.
And then
he just wants to be inappropriate to your daughter. And you're
Yeah,
trying to hit
yeah.
him in the head with
Oh
a
my
beach
gosh.
umbrella. I'll beat your ass.
All right, Ross. What else you got?
Some guy wore a parrot in a backpack to the fireworks tent. I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They
Fireworks and parrots, man.
The backpack's purpose was threefold: contain the parrot, remain, visible enough so that you could see the parrot, and catch just tons of parrot shit before it hits the floor.
Oh, man, the bottom of that backpack. That is definitely not a Jan sport.
And
Hey, let's keep it to birds. Let's go to Michigan. Romeo, Michigan, the Detroit Animal Welfare Group gets a call. This guy says, hey, my dad's an animal hoarder. I need to bring in about 80 animals of this type that my dad breeds. And they're like, all right. Homie shows up with just shy of 500 parakeets crammed into 7 cages. His dad
Whoa.
got a couple of parakeets, was like, I'm going to breed parakeets. And shit got out of control real quick.
500.
I got to tell you, my wife's ass in jeans looks like 500 parakeets in 7 cages.
You never hear bird hoarding that often, you know.
But I know Ross said 500 parakeets in 7 cages. I'm trying to envision that. That does not. I'd have to, because parakeet cages are small, man. They're the ones with the plastic, colorful bottoms, right? Like
the
blue,
animal rescue
yellow.
group was like, we didn't even want to take them, but like that many animals crammed into that few cages, they had to basically, or they knew that these birds were dead like soon.
Oh man, that's sad.
It seems like it would be hard to breed parakeets, like, because they
Tiny penises.
They hatch,
Tiny little penis.
like they'll hatch from like the eggs that they lay, and then you have to make sure
They don't eat their babies, right? Don't they
I
peck
don't know.
their eyes out and stuff?
Yeah, like, do you have to?
I don't know anything about birds. I have a collection of legends in my brain about birds, like where I'm like, yeah, that they'll-
Gerbils. Remember, we always heard that. Like,
Yeah.
Ross, you knew. What was his name? Banksy. Forgot the gerbil's name.
This motherfucker.
What?
First of all, it wasn't a
That was
gerbil,
a
you dickhead.
Banksy the
It
gerbil?
wasn't, no, there was,
Gerbil Banksy, yeah, of course.
there was no gerbil
Oh,
Banksy. It's Trunksy.
Trunksy.
It was a guinea pig.
Okay, Trunksy the guinea
Well,
pig.
yeah. So here's my experience with the lower rodentia animals. You know, the rat stuff. Gerbils are fucking the worst. Don't never get a gerbil. We got a gerbil one time. All it did was bite your finger so that you would drop it, and then it ran under the fucking washer dryer combo because it knew it was the hardest goddamn thing in the house to move.
You can't move
Fuck
them.
gerbils, hardcore. Trunksy, the guinea pig, that's the way to go because a little bit bigger, and they're appreciative. They're fucking cool little animals. Guinea pigs are the shit. In the middle, you got hamsters, and that's where we ran into trouble. Where we one time we got each of my boys a hamster, And then one of the hamsters met an unfortunate accident at the hands of another child that not his fault, just excited. And the hamster got a little squished. And so we went and got a replacement hamster, but we accidentally got a female. And that ended up in a hundreds of hamsters situation.
No, really? Like they started
That
breeding?
will happen.
But
they will also
Yeah.
eat their own
That,
babies.
I was going to say, like, won't they start eating
They
the
will,
babies?
yeah.
They got real inbred too, and the solution finally was like we got good at sexing them, and we just separated the males and the females, and let them live out their lives until they fucking died.
Hundreds
And
of
at one
them?
point we
How
had
many
this.
did you have?
How did you accomplish this?
Oh, you stomped a couple of them.
You Google it, you just Google it, and it's a thing. And then there's a little trial and error, and for some reason. All the dude hamsters died pretty early, and what we ended up with was we had a 50-gallon aquarium full of sawdust and lady hamsters.
That's a great band name, Sawdust and Lady Hamsters.
Yeah.
The thing about animal hoarding that always gets me is the people that do it really do
Care.
inside their heart
Yeah, I think they do
love
too.
the animals.
They do.
Which,
They just can't see that their love is.
yeah, but they're
killing
torturing
the
them at
animals.
the same
it's
time.
abuse, yeah.
Yeah, like so they're abusing them, and it's the worst life there possibly they could give them.
Yeah.
But they actually do love them
yeah.
inside, but they don't have the capabilities to take care of them. So all these parakeets are pecking each other's eyes out. They're eating their babies.
yeah.
They're starving because how the hell do you feed 500?
But they think they're okay and that they can nurse them back to health.
Yeah. There's some that are dying. They're eating each other. They're freaking out because they're too in close quarters. They have no enrichment. You know what I'm saying? They're on top of each other. So you're torturing them, and it's the worst thing you could possibly
I
do.
hope
but
I
you
come
love
back
them.
like a hoarder parakeet. Well, that'll be fun.
Although for whatever reason. It's less than the cats and the other like dogs and like the bigger animals that they hoard, or even like gerbils. Or
Would
I
it
don't know.
smell as bad? I don't think
Bird poop doesn't stink
It
as
doesn't
much.
stink
Actually,
as bad.
you know what?
Because kawakas are cleaner, I think.
There's this there's Seagull Shit Island in Daytona Beach.
Yes, I've been there.
Is that the real name?
and you
I
could
think
smell it.
Didn't Seagull Shit Island beat out Castleberry for best destination for trash this year?
And if for all the boaters out there, if you're going down the
Seagull Shit Island.
if you're going down the intercoastal towards Disappearing Island, you'll run across Seagull Shit Island, and you can smell it from a
I
while
think
away.
it's one word. It's seagull shit.
Yeah,
Seagull shit.
and so I guess you don't normally smell bird shit, but when it's all concentrated in one island,
Well,
it
that's
stinks.
that's like that. That's like that concentrated saline pod. You know, that's
Yeah,
that's a different animal altogether.
And it doesn't smell like regular.
Why is it
doo-doo.
white?
It's pee-pee and doo-doo mixed together, and the birds
Hey,
are...
I mix my pee-pee and doo-doo every morning, not white.
There is a smell to it, but it doesn't smell like feces as much as like a weird... Like,
Kind of smells like a vinaigrette.
specific to birds.
I'm like, where am I? Sweet tomatoes? What is that?
So what else? Also, it bothers
Like
me...
Four Seasons homemade Italian.
When they take all the animals from the animal hoarder, like leave them one, right? Like they never leave them one.
Leave them the best one.
Yeah.
You gotta leave them the best one.
Or
that
will they
can-
start again?
You gotta leave them. No, you leave them the strongest one, and you go, hey, knock it off, right?
Yeah, but they always take them all, and I'm like, don't take them all.
And they always video it. Why you got a video of taking them all? I don't need to see that.
Now, 500 birds, 7 cages. At some point, this dude was like Japanese Subway shoving birds in each cage.
Yeah. And
Or maybe maybe he had trained them to all fly in there. Like, I don't know. He was stuffing them in there.
the worst thing about being a hoarder is your family yells at you first. Like it's your
I don't want them
family.
to know.
Yeah. Like just bring in, like if you're a hoarder,
If you guys know I'm a hoarder, don't tell me about it. Just go skip right to that
the state.
That blonde bitch lady who yells in my face. Just skip right. You know the lady I'm talking about.
Because it's worse when your kids have to see that, and then you're,
Yeah. And I'm standing out there with the blonde bitch lady and college hunks haul junk,
Yeah.
and then those guys, they're making fun of me. I can see it in their eyes. They're clowning me because my place stinks.
Yeah. And at one time,
And this was a son dealing with his dad's birds, and I don't recommend this, but if it was me and it was bird hoarding, I would be tempted just to open the windows and slap 2 books together.
Yeah, you could.
I don't think they could fly. Like I think birds, if they're in a cage for long enough, like at the certain time, kind of like babies and walking and learning. You know,
like me, motherfucker. I've been
They
in
can
this
still
cage
fly.
forever.
If you don't clip their wings, they can still fly.
But do they have to learn how to fly at a certain age, or they can't do it when they're
Tom
older?
Petty.
Hey, guess what? I turn your ass out in my neighborhood full of cats. You're gonna learn how to fly real quick.
Well, I'm just, like human beings, if you like, like the kid that raised by wolves or whatever, he didn't learn how to talk when he was supposed to, and then now it's
Not
too
the
late.
same.
Yeah.
And birds are different.
Now, like occasionally,
I don't
he'll try to talk, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, you were raised by wolves, weren't you? You're speaking wolf." That sounds right. I noticed that. I
Also-
know what you're saying.
Does the animal rescue place, do they house the parakeets, or
No,
do they
no,
exterminate
stop
them?
them.
Yeah.
Okay, here's
Because
I
that's
hate
kind of
this-
fucked up too. He's like, why'd you even save them if you're gonna kill them anyway?
No, they
Right.
just tell us they're saving them, but then when they get back, they're like, "Oh man, this is
Too
bad,"
many.
and then they just let's get the stuff.
Well, do they euthanize them all? Do they try to rehome like
Oh,
500 parakeets?
I think you know what I honestly believe that they do. If I were me, I would take that cage and I would just gently put it in my full size freezer and just gently close it. Seriously, and just let them freeze to death.
The birds, I'm sure some of them had to be put down because, like, there's just, you get
Too
inbred
many.
at a certain point.
Yeah.
Like with the hamsters, we had this little guy called Tripod that only had 3 legs. He was cute, but it was a fucking monstrosity, you know? So, but the birds are in quarantine for 30 days, and they are going to start adoptions for them on January 23rd.
All right.
Yeah, but does anybody go?
How much
and
is that?
adopt
I'm
a
not paying
parakeet?
$50 to get a parakeet neutered. I'm not doing that.
God, yeah.
When's the last time you guys have been to our local pound? Ever?
I used to
Been
go
a
with my
long
mom and
time.
dad. My mom and dad were very, very adamant about getting their dogs from the pound. So I would go when my dad was alive. We would go.
I've never been to a pound in my entire life.
Holy
Okay.
shit!
Well,
Really?
I think who goes to a pound?
well,
like,
even as a kid, that's where we got our animals.
well, we've got Lena from the pound.
And if you're poor and you can't afford a vet, you can go there to get your shots
True.
and spayed and neutered
True.
and all that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you don't have a dog, why would you go to
We'd
the
get our
pound?
cats to feed our alligators there.
Our previous dog was a runawayer, and she'd get picked up every once in a while, so we would have to go down there. The one here in Orange County that I'm most familiar with, closest to us, I guess, is down by the Millennium Mall, kinda. And they're I think they moved it, but there was like a Chinese drive-through restaurant right in front of it. And if you got in line at the drive-thru, you would just hear dogs barking like crazy while you're ordering Chinese food. But the main point I was going to bring up, they when you go in, they got like a dog wing and a cat wing for adoptions, right? And then all your weird animals just get jammed in the hallway. So like the hallway is always full of like chinchillas and rabbits and your parakeets and stuff. And you just got to walk past all these weird like ferrets, like to get to the cats and dogs.
It's like that scene in Beetlejuice. We're in the waiting room when they're
Exactly.
all a bunch of creatures in there.
Here's
Weird.
a long, why is your face so long? Do they have a row of cages like I see in the movies, and then there's just cages stacked up to the roof, and then the dogs are in each cage, and they'll look at you sad as
Oh,
you
it's
walk
not
by?
stacked to the roof.
Well, I'm like, yeah, well, how does it work? Like,
It's not like a warehouse of sad dogs.
oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's not. Indiana Jones doesn't send the dogs
No.
off to be crated in a warehouse. No, but it's almost that sad. It's like little concrete jail cells with like a fence front and then basically like a sloped floor. And there's like a little shit trench running in the front of all of them, so they can just hose all the shit into the trench and out to whatever
Yeah.
shit collection facility
It's
they got.
very much like visiting a relative in jail.
Yeah.
It's like very jailish.
Are the pounds still empty because of COVID and all that? Remember when that first happened? Everybody went out and got a dog.
But
and
they'll
then-
be empty soon because we're going through it again, and everybody will go back and you know what? Bring it back again. I'm bored again.
Yeah, like are there still dogs to be had at the pound?
I don't believe so. It's still hard to find animals,
Yeah.
and even breeders. If you're not a pound person, which I know some people aren't, a lot of breeders are. They're all spoken for as well.
It's a good time to bring up my new company that will deliver a puppy and a Peloton to your house if you're locked down.
I like that. Stay healthy mentally and physically.
What else we got, Ross?
All right, we got Tom. I know you're a science guy. Scientists at Durham University. Let me double check that. Yeah, they got this thing called the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument, and it's putting together the the largest map of the universe right now, and it's a bunch of science talk, and I'm not going to throw at you, but I will give you one moment to hit your vape pen or your bong or whatever, and then I will tell you that Desi, it's in the process right now of mapping our universe, like star by star, galaxy by galaxy. Right now, it has cataloged more than 7.5 million galaxies, and by the end of 2026 is expected to have added another 27.5 million galaxies to its map.
It's insane.
Good God Almighty,
How-
man! Wow.
Like, you know those social media videos where they'll show you, like, this is our sun, this is the next biggest sun, and then they go bigger and bigger until. And by the way, I'm mad because once they get to like the second to last biggest sun, I can't remember how big our sun was.
Right. Go back.
I was like, wait a minute, how big was like this? You got too big
Hold
now.
on, let me write it down this time.
So
The standard for that, you got to tell me how many of our suns will fit inside that sun.
yeah,
I
right.
like that. Tell me, do the fit inside. I'm a big fan of the fit inside.
But then it's like my feeble brain can't even understand when you
Right.
say like 5 trillion of our suns. I'm like, I don't even know how
Inconceivable,
Like, and then that's what happens with the universe. We start telling me how big the universe is, and you start to break it down, and you're like, well, it's there's a billion stars in our galaxy, and there's a billion galaxies. So then you're like,
Yeah.
all right. and then these new things come out, and you're like, this is how big it is. You're like, too dumb to understand how big.
Yeah, you and I can't even get up early to work out, and we're going to be worried about a million different galaxies.
Like when I'm.
But at some point, Tom, there was some asshole in Spain who had the same concepts about, I can't even imagine there's land across this whole fucking ocean. And then you map it out, and it makes it conceivable, and you can get into that data and dig into it and absorb it. And that's how we grow as a species. So fuck yeah, these guys.
I know it's cool, and it's obviously super
Oh,
interesting.
it's mega cool, but
but it's hard to conceive
An infinite universe.
And then when something is that vast, it's like I don't even. When you're flying an airplane, you look down and you're like, God damn, there's a lot of crops, just fields, like in the middle of the United States. And
let's
it goes
start
over
with crops and work our way
We're
to galaxies.
just like, it's a long, never ending. And then you're like, I can't even begin to comprehend how far the next goddamn one galaxy is away from our galaxy.
And by the time I understand, crops dead.
Yeah. Like then you start like the next planet, how far it's and then that's even a tiny, and then
I don't even understand how they re-land that rocket booster now when they do that. I don't even know how they do that. I don't know how they do nothing.
No.
and then
I enjoy it. I support it.
And then when they start showing you the timeline of even our Earth and then how long humans have been on it, and they're like, well, if this road was from here to Tampa on I-4, human beings would be 10 foot of that I-4.
right, yeah,
You're just like, well, I don't even know, like, how am I even to comprehend that?
Well, now you're just making me feel sick.
Yeah. So, do you think we're going to find in our lifetimes, Ross, any sign of any intelligent life? Because that's what I'm mad about. It seems like I'll be dead before they'd ever discover that. And I'd like for them to discover something that is like, or at
Is
least
this something we communicate with, or you
No,
just
just
want to
some sign-
fly in a biplane with Randy Quaid and fight the aliens? Which one do you want?
not even alien, just some sign of other life on another planet or an asteroid or some shit that they have found out. Like, screw intelligent life. I'm looking for amoebas at this point before I die.
They just this just didn't make the cut for news. I don't have the story right here, but I remember they had like a fragment from Mars that they thought might have had bacteriological life in it, and they were testing it and stuff. That one just came back negative.
Okay.
Hard no on life on that.
I
thing.
saw that one. Yeah, I saw that
I
one.
mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they theorize like, all right, we know this, like Mars had water on it,
Yep.
other planets have water, so we can assume that there was life of some sort. But I just need that proof, and that's all I want. Just give me
I
that.
think the mistake, Tom, is like thinking that life is special. Like,
I know.
I mean, it seems important to us because we're in it, but like you look at the Great Red Spot of Jupiter, like that's pretty fucking cool too. And maybe not self-aware of itself, but like it's an effect of physical properties on a physical mass. And so like, what do you want to call life in 27.5 million galaxies out there? And like you said, billions and billions of stars per galaxy. Yeah, there's something out there that scrounges chemicals together and self-replicates and maybe even paints and like laughs at fart jokes and shit. But like in terms of it being able to put together a pressurized craft and get here or like beam us a signal or anything, I don't know. I think we're probably like little islands in the stream, like Dolly likes to sing. You know, we might get out in our solar system, but I think past that, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, just because
it's gonna be
there might
hard,
be
dude.
life.
One of the coolest things I just read, like one of the new like ways they're thinking about trying maybe to travel out of the solar system. So like rogue stars buzz by every once in a while, and they're real fast. And so like apparently 60,000 years ago, we had this one just like buzz by the outside of the solar system, and we could have hitched a ride on it, you know, get on this star and like buzz away with it. And but the next one's not coming for like another 50,000 years or something. So we got time to ramp up to that.
When people talk about life out in the universe that's not us, they always assume that the life is going to be smarter than us and like more intelligent with better technology. We don't know that that's true. They could be just as dumb as we are.
Oh,
maybe that's why we haven't heard from them and they haven't visited us.
I hope they're all like my old intern, the Smoky Giant. All of them just like that. That would be pretty fun.
Or just some sort of bacteria. That's all I'm saying. Like, yes, like
that'd be
statistically,
boring. I don't want a bacteria.
Well, I know it's
Gross.
boring, but I'm just saying.
I want to be able to talk
whatever's in
to
that
it.
Navage that came out of your nose.
I want something to talk to.
I gotta-
Put some titties on the bacteria or something. That's inappropriate. I shouldn't have said that, but you know what I mean.
Also, I'm tired of like when I see on social media, they're like, this asteroid has more precious metal than 5,000 trillion times our economy. And then, well, it's like, well, if we were able to get a mountain of gold here, it would devalue it to zero.
Right.
So therefore, it wouldn't be worth anything. So that's why, like, it's worth something because it's rare. So therefore, you can't put a valuation on a asteroid of gold because if we had it here, it would then.
Gold actually has a number of industrial uses, Tom. It would still be in use as an industrial metal, even if we had several mountains of it.
That's my new favorite character you've ever done. That's
We need a name.
Ross,
We
that's
need a
fucking
name.
great. Whatever that is, sign me up. 2022 is that thing.
But if there was a mountain of it, it would be cheap. That's all I'm saying.
I know what you
Anyway,
mean.
all right.
Yes, but the price wouldn't plummet to zero, is my point, Tom. There would still be industrial uses for it.
You motherfucker.
And so the price would equal out at a point where we would be able to use it, and we'd have gold car engines and such.
Next story, Ross.
Okay, you know what? Since we're focused on mountains of gold and stuff, let's talk crypto, you guys. Crypto.
All right.
We just got a year-end report that is suggesting that in the year 2021, North Korean hackers bumped up their crypto theft by about 40% to $400 million on the year.
Yeah, they were.
Wow.
They were busy stealing, and I don't even know what that means. I guess.
So they use techniques including phishing, where you get like, you like socially engineer somebody to get their stuff, straight up code exploits like your traditional hacking, and malware, like, the email I get on a goddamn daily basis purporting to be from Coinbase, wanting me to download some shit to steal on my Coinbase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that one. I get
Now
the
they text
PayPal
it to
one.
you. Yeah,
the
yeah.
PayPal one is a big one that's going around now where they'll go, your PayPal account has been deactivated. And I click it, I hammer it. I'm like, no, I'm clicking it crazy.
You don't use it.
And Andrea is like, what are you doing? I'm like, she goes, look at the email. And he goes back to like, one of them was like billybiz.net.
Yeah.
Andrew's like, you're so stupid.
But they told me I click it crazy.
I take people on their word. If PayPal tells me my account's deactivated, why would they lie to me?
Yeah, with so many people like opening up crypto exchanges and then, putting in a couple thousand of some sort of Shiba coin or whatever, and then it's easy to scam them out of that. I'm sure you have a bunch of new targets if you're a hacker, right?
And so they think eventually that, actually the North Korean state is involved, or like, sanctions it at least, and that some, if not all this money goes, because the fuckers are starving over there. They don't have shoes and shit. They think most of the money, if not all of it's going to like the nuclear program and weapons programs, basically.
Man, at least take a little bit of that Shibu. Give them some shoes. Get some Doge shoes.
And then also in crypto theft news, Kim Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather, Paul Pierce, all being sued in a class action lawsuit for this crypto coin that they all kind of like shilled at certain points. Ethereum Max, no affiliation at all with Ethereum, none. Ethereum Max and all of these guys and certain other people involved in this lawsuit at certain points would, shill or promote or advertise, however you want to call it, this coin that got up to like pretty high and then bottomed out, and they're calling it a pump and dump, and they're suing these motherfuckers for it.
That's weird that they were. I mean, it is the Wild West right now, so it makes sense to me to think that somebody came out with Ethereum and then said, "Oh, we're going to do Ethereum Max. It's too young for anybody to do anything about it. Like, fuck you."
We'll get celebrities to endorse it. I'm surprised, like, rich, credible celebrities would even endorse something like that.
Maybe they thought it was. I mean, maybe they just assumed. Stranger things.
Floyd Mayweather, you roll up to Floyd Mayweather with a suitcase full of cash, and you're like, "Hey, say Ethereum Max on Twitter." Sure. You know, that fucker's going to do it.
Yeah, he is Mr. Squid Game.
You would just think, though, because Floyd Mayweather has, over 100 million at this point. Easy, right?
Easy.
So he's got over 100 million. With that, I assume that he's got multiple lawyers that he pays and has on retainer. And his lawyers would tell him, hey, don't get involved with certain things because people are going to sue you because now you have money and you're a target.
Right.
And so it's like, you know what I'm saying? So you can't do this shit anymore because you're going to lose more money than you gain off this if you do something or into something shady because now you have 100 million.
Yeah.
So everybody's
you have a brand at stake too.
Everybody's out to sue you. When you get super rich, everybody comes after you because you're the Walmart now, right? You're the, I'm going to slip and fall and sue this company. So that's all I'm saying. But again, you're right. It's crypto's hot. They don't know what it is. They're like, hey, we'll give you this to promote it. And you don't think that they're going to do the old pump and dump where they get it real high.
I mean, just by like opening a Coinbase or, like which I've done, right? Like I think a lot of people are going through like their dabble phase right now. Sam, I don't know if you've done this, but I do know that even just by doing that the amount of scam emails that I got to the account I linked it to that are like people saying like, hey, do you need an NFT made? Or like, hey, I can help manage your, and like, you know what I mean? Like it just, because it's so new, I feel like, of course you got a lot of this. It's like the gold rush for scammers, right? They're like, this is new shit. People
don't understand it.
It's target-rich environment, right? And you can take advantage of people.
Ross.
Sam's from Taft. In Taft, crypto coin is when you press your keef into a hash disk.
He's correct.
So, Ross, I don't know if you saw, did you see that, speaking of scams, that I believe it was Jake Paul got scammed from like...
the Pokemon thing.
$3.5 million.
I didn't see this.
From fake Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big story about how he bought $3.5 million worth of Pokemon cards. Apparently,
isn't that the one he wore around his neck after he won that fight?
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, did he had
lost $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards.
And he confirmed that it was true. Now, again...
that's good for his brand, though. He'll make that back just by confirming the 3-point-whatever million's gone.
This could be a giant publicity stunt. Although, if someone steals $3.5 million from you, that's grand larceny.
Yeah, but it's just all part, like, to him, it's a bad thing, but he's still got money. He's still got a place to live. To him, that's just part of his story.
Ross, did you see this?
No, what were they, fakes or
here's what happened. Here's what happened.
Okay.
It was a Pokemon box, but inside were G.I. Joe cards.
What? How dare
that's
you?
He didn't even look at the cards before he spent $3.5 million? No way.
Well, now the reason it was $3.5 million probably is because they were selling like quote unquote a sealed box. And so you have a chance of like one of these super rare
it was supposed to be
gold Charmander or whatever the fuck people would pay that much for. In this sealed box.
Yeah.
So he probably bought it sealed and then got home and opened it up on cam probably.
Yep,
and was like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot.
God,
it was supposed to be an unopened set of first edition Pokemon cards, and it turned out to be G.I. Joe cards.
That seems like a goddamn radio stunt.
Could be.
This shit,
that's
this boxing, they're doing
the old Toyota.
This is bullshit.
There was to build his brand. That's part of his story.
They're serving me the papers. It was all the same shit. Like, I know that. We know this. And he's doing the boxing. This shit, he's doing 90s radio.
It's wrestling. It's radio.
Yeah. He's
clicks.
Because is there
revival bullshit.
Is there any proof? Because for sure you can.
Where'd you buy it from, bro?
Yeah, it's fraud if someone sold you.
Give us an update. How are they handling the case? I have no details. Yeah, of course, because you made it up, you fucking idiot.
And I'm not pressing charges. And I get if you wanted to pull a fucking old school radio stunt.
Guess how much he made last year?
Jake Paul?
Yeah.
15 mil.
Well, that's how much Logan made. Well, he made 18 mil, but no, Jake Paul made way more than that.
Whoa, shit.
35?
45 million.
Wow.
Just last year.
Yeah, with all those boxing matches
Yeah,
and all that shit.
that's big boy money for doing very. Well, I don't want to say that. He does his own thing, but I'm just saying whatever that is that he's doing, that's big boy money.
This is new age 90s radio. This is all it is. Because
They put out like the top 10 YouTube earners. I think Mr. Beast was at like 300 million.
Jesus.
Holy
How
shit.
does-
Have you had a Mr. Beast burger? I haven't had one.
No.
I see Mr. Beast on TikTok, and he's always doing these money giveaways and Lamborghini
I'm
giveaways.
gonna be
like-
mean, but I can't look at his face. I don't like his teeth. I'm sorry. They're really good, I guess, but when I look at them, they're
But
make me
when
uncomfortable.
when does that content, like, it's gotten old already because I don't care. You have unlimited money. You've already told us you're giving away $30,000 to whoever can flip this cup. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm giving this Lamborghini if you could.
Yeah, you're like the merry prankster of money. It's
And-
like, he did it.
And then you just keep doing it, and then it's like, okay, well, it's not exciting anymore because you
Tom, there's people on YouTube with 100 million followers that just do fake giveaways. They like don't do real giveaways. There's for some reason, there's a subset on people on YouTube that just like want to be given shit by YouTubers. And this guy actually does it. He gives away the money and the cars and shit. So yeah, he's going to have a fan base forever.
That's true.
I
yeah.
know he does give it away, but I'm just saying for the person that follows his content, it becomes old that that's all he
To
does.
you.
Like, what-
It's appointment setting for me.
Does it?
They want to win that Lambo, and until they do, they're gonna keep watching him. You know,
Yeah.
like, and they never will because it's probably way worse odds than the lottery. But like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that'll
Yeah.
keep him coming back.
It seems like he's making too much, and So think about this, because think about in the days, because they're wasting money at this point, and I doubt that there is a some algorithm that they're following. They're like, oh, if I give away $100,000 a month, I'll make
You mean like he's budgeting?
Like, I don't believe
I think
there's
he
any
is.
rhyme
I think he's
or
hyper smart. That guy
is he?
Yeah.
And then all this is pointed because it seems like there's a lot of waste. Because okay, let's say you give away $5 million in a year. I guess if you're making $300 million, you could give away $5 million and just write it off, right? And the business expense.
I would imagine there's some of that going
Marketing
on.
or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, for sure.
Like he's using it.
If we do that, then certainly he does that. And we've done it before with certain things that we buy. We're like, well, that's marketing, so we can write that off.
So all the money just so is it smarter than I think, or is it a gigantic waste?
A little of both.
Because it doesn't also seem like he deserves to make that much. I know that's insane to say because it's all subjective, but it's like, is Mr. Beast what he does deserving of $300 million?
I don't think it is, but maybe the priorities and the way that things roll have changed because, like, when I look at it, it doesn't sit well with me because it's not how I was raised to make money, right? So that's why. But, I guess he's putting in a lot of work. I guess that's a hard job. It's got to be, right?
That Mr. Beast Burger idea that he had about,
The Ghost Kitchen deal?
Yeah, the Ghost Kitchen.
Brilliant.
That's a brilliant business idea. And so maybe it's
He has
just
a lot of those.
Maybe he's just a brilliant businessman, and I don't know because all I see is him giving away money, and then that's all the content I see. I'm like, well, this is what you do? Like, it's like, is this always what you did?
We do it, but
How'd you get so?
we just give it away to companies because we don't know how to budget our company.
It's
If you
bizarre.
guys did a ghost kitchen, Tony would be cooking his dick off. That's all I know.
Gross.
Any more stories, Ross?
Dan, Sam, did you guys get into Dawn FM yet?
No.
What is that?
Yes, I did. I made it through once. The imaging, it's the new The Weeknd album.
Yeah.
But I will say that the imaging and the amount of creativity I think you put into the little details in the just the very beginning of it, it's meant for headphones too, I'll say.
Okay.
Like, I think it's better in headphones because it really is. It reminds me of old albums where there's like you put it on and I'm just going to start at song one and I'm going to write it out. That's what it reminded me of. Is that kind of like what... I love it. I think it's really well done, and I think it's becoming one of my favorite albums. The only critique I have is I don't like the cover. It's creepy. Old Man, The Weeknd.
Old Abel.
It makes me it's creepy looking.
Have you watched the video for Gasoline?
I haven't. I've only listened to the album, but
that makes Old Abel a lot creepier, dude. It's fucking that video is awesome. The album is definitely a listen through front to back album. Yeah. I think I put it off for a while because I'm always afraid I'm not going to like it. But it was fucking awesome. I listened to it like 3 or 4 times in a row while I was grilling and I got drunk. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a good front to back album. So if you like The Weeknd, I think I already liked him. So yeah, I'm with you. I was a little relieved that it was good. Like when I went through it, I'm like, oh man, this guy's he's got it as much as he's ever had it.
Is he a legitimate artist weirdo, or does he play it up?
I don't think he plays it up.
What do you think?
I think he comes up with these things and he wants to do them and he fucking executes them really well.
Yeah.
Like the whole broken nose bit, like through different award shows and stuff. And then I'm sure he's got a lot of shit up his sleeve for this album too. Like the old man gimmick is going to come up again. And especially watch that video for Gasoline Dan.
Okay,
and listeners. It's fucking awesome. And like, as you know, as a 40-year-old man facing the specter of death yourself and the consequences of your previous actions, it'll fucking resonate with you. It's fucking awesome.
I like it.
How much did The Weeknd make last year? Because
he should have made more than Mr. Beast. Okay, all right, I see your point. And
I know that's not how anything works. And there's a lot of people that deserve more money than other people. Like, I know that. But I'm just like...
first responders and nurses and doctors.
I'm just talking about the entertainment industry because they're both in the entertainment industry. Mr. Beast and Weeknd.
One, though, is you're going to get everybody, and one, you're going to get just people that are into The Weeknd. Right?
But I don't know, because when I pop open Spotify and it plays it shows me my most streamed stuff, and Blinding Lights is at the top there, and it's like pushing 3 billion streams
crazy.
on Spotify. Like, I don't know what kind of money you make from that, but it's some.
Yeah. Also, it's like very few people are going to listen to that song and be like, I hate it. It's like, it's good.
It's a good song.
You'd be surprised. They're all white guys in firemen's t-shirts on Facebook.
Yeah, I know. But it's like deep down, they may just, it's just like, it's good. It's good music.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you make last year?
I can't find specifically of just last year, but I have his net worth.
Okay, what's his net worth?
100 million.
Yeah. So Mr. Beast made 3 times that 1 year. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's like The Weeknd is more talented.
He gives away, well, I guess it would tell you anyway, but he does give away a lot of money, like to charities.
Have you guys had The Weeknd burger yet?
No.
Sorry.
Did Mr. Beast have to pay for his own Super Bowl performance?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. They just give it away. It's an infinite amount of money.
I wish Mr. Beast would wrap his face in bandages. I'd like him. I'd like it better. If he did that, I'd be into it,
All right, Roz, any more stories?
Nah, that's it, you guys. Do me a favor, check out Tots with Ross, the Orlando talk show with me, Ross McCoy. We got a new one with Ben Brainerd, viral sensation Ben Brainerd, the States guy, if you're on TikTok. And man, just I think since I talked to you guys last, we did one with Angel Rivera. Maybe it's a top 3 Tots ever. It's fucking awesome. Okay. Angel came ready to rock and roll. I had a bunch of shit I wanted to ask him, and he was all over it, dude.
Nice.
If you've ever, like me, wanted the whole story of how him learning English from Jim Phillips on the radio came about, fucking check out Tots with Ross with Angel Rivera. And also shout out to Mo, Injured on Go, just call Mo. And if you go to partypatch.com and use code TOTS, I think you get some money off. And I mentioned that.
I love it.
I mentioned that because I'm out of Party Patches trading.
Okay. Tracy, let's get them in the mail. Let's get an envelope. All right, man. Well, hey, have a great weekend, and thanks for your time.
Bye, guys.
All right, dude. Be good. That is Ross live from the. Now he's fighting with people. We didn't get the second fight story.
Oh yeah.
I love a good Ross fight story.
Ross doesn't care about getting into confrontation.
I like that he will speak his mind.
Yeah. He is my Mr. Glass. The exact opposite of he doesn't get uncomfortable.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
How old is that movie now?
I don't know. What was it, like early 2000s?
What is that?
Unbreakable.
Never watched that one.
Oh, you got to see that. Sam Jackson, Bruce Willis, a train.
2000.
Oh man,
22
we're showing we gotta get better
years
references.
ago.
We got to work on our references. That's bad. The name of the band is Billy Talent. The name of the song, Reckless Paradise. I think this is their first single they put out. They put another one out yesterday called Judged, but this one's really good. Check this out. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time right after this. Welcome back to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer's here. Blah, 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 blah.
Let's do some dump 'em out.
All right. Dump 'em out. Everybody.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottomics.
Dump 'em Out brought to you by Tom and Dan wateringholes.com. Those are bar and brewery partners.
Yeah, man. We got good ones. Lots of them.
Yep, including Hourglass Brewery in Longwood. There's a tap room in Orlando.
And you can get spoiled going to Hourglass because they got axe throwing, pinball, video games, tacos on the outside.
If you're around Dade City, Dade City Brewery is on there.
Try their IPA. I'm sure they've already moved on to a new beer, but man, they got good beer.
If you're in Sanford, of course, West End and Celery City, which they have a bunch of street events, and they always have events going on at the West End.
Yep.
And
You can drop by Hollowbox while you're there.
Yep, or Tuffy's.
Tuffy's is, you can
Bottle
stop by
Shop and Lounge.
Tuffy's.
They got Music Box, Tuffy's Music Venue in there.
Those shows have been looking great. I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
They're booking a lot of good stuff. They got the Tiki Bar in there that's hidden.
Yep. So lots of cool watering holes. And Bug Nutty Brewery is on there. Met's Lounge.
Yes.
Lots of them. Just go to tomanddanwateringholes.com. They all have koozies and stuff, giveaways from us. All right, what do we got first here?
We have Bam Margera on social media.
Oh, yeah, you and I disagreed. So Tom and I were having a bit of a firework. When we were standing around doing dad firework stuff, we were having like a dad firework discussion. And one of the topics that came up was Bam Margera's popularity. Like, if he were popular now in the age of social media, would he be more popular?
Yeah, we were talking about in like even Jackass in
All
general,
of that.
all of
like
that.
That kind of thing. Would it be more popular if it were happening now?
I don't think so.
Yes, I same thing.
See, I
because
said it would be.
It's easy to do, so everybody would be doing it at the
And
time.
that's what happened. Everybody
Yes.
started doing their own, and it got diluted.
And that's what social media is now, right? Like people all do dumb stuff. So there's
We're
not
all
like,
jackasses.
There's not a group of people, and like they, through happenstance and through MTV wanting to do this Jackass show, and like of course everybody knows the legend Big Brother magazine, and that's where like Johnny Knoxville came from, and Steve-O, and then Bam Margera's the CKY, and skateboard
videos,
culture and doing dumb stuff, and then them putting it on MTV and letting the world see it. It's not like they're doing something. I mean, it does take a certain amount of talent, and they're all, a lot of them are skateboarders and stuff and athletic, but for the most part, it's like it doesn't take any talent to get into a shopping cart and having your friend push you into the bushes. But it was being shown on MTV, so the whole world was seeing it, therefore they're stars. If that happened in peak social media, everybody would just be instantly doing it, and it wouldn't be special.
But
because
are we seeing that now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So are we seeing, like, I don't have an example, but like, let's say one of your bigger influencers on, see, I don't even know their names. Like, who would be a household name on TikTok? Who would be a household name on Instagram?
I think Mr. Beast is,
that's more of a YouTube guy, right?
Well, it depends. It depends what your algorithm is, because I'm sure the people that are like got the blue check on TikTok and the people that I know, you guys probably don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's so spread out.
And it's all depending on what you watch
What
and how
you've
long
tailored,
what you've consumed.
Because I kind of feel like, I wonder if
A lot of them actually are coming to the Improv.
It's just-
now it's not just YouTube stars; it's TikTok people too.
if you'd gotten in there early, well, yeah, YouTube stars, that's gone. That's, it's not gone, but it's not. Remember when we had like Glozels and people coming through here,
Yeah.
where it was like all they were doing was YouTube.
And now we got Ben Brainerd, who's a fucking TikTok
Yeah.
star.
Yeah,
Right.
But I think it's become just like our content has become everything. It's like, okay, we have a Twitch channel, but it's also we have Daniel puts the shows on
Right.
YouTube. Then we have stuff on Instagram and like small clips. It's all media. I think they all do it all, right? So it's like even if you were a YouTube star and that's where you started, you have elements of all the other social media, right?
Right.
Except for like Facebook, it seems like. But then there's certain people like Mike from Mike's Weather Page primarily uses Facebook Live.
He has an older audience.
demo.
Yeah. But
like TikTok though, I don't feel like I don't use TikTok or even Instagram for this matter for anything of any value. Where Facebook I will. Like if I need a restaurant's address, if I need a menu, if I need to contact them like an actual human, I will use Facebook. But Instagram and TikTok, maybe people are doing this, but are younger people using TikTok to get news?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like, they're just scrolling through it, and it's like, how are they, like...
They're just getting little clips of whatever,
highlight
what's going
reels.
on.
From other indie news people? Or
Yes,
from other
or
influencers?
Or they'll, like, literally have a clip from the news that they'll just play. And, like, have words over top of it or something.
And the news is doing that.
Yes, and people themselves, and influencers themselves.
Yeah, I think there's probably people that are known for taking clips of news, and then if you follow them, they'll show you. You know, it's just unlimited. It's just all
to
this
me,
shit.
it just doesn't. And maybe that's my generation, dumb old man. I'm not at all saying that TikTok, Instagram, any of that's not valuable to me. It's just I always look at it in terms of more entertainment. I've never looked at it in terms of it having Twitter. I will use for news.
Oh, TikTok's great.
But no, I like it, but I'm just saying I don't use.
I mean
don't
for like
use it for
informational
news.
stuff too. Like you can find people that will teach you how to meditate.
But I don't
want to
watch videos.
Well, then
I
want to
read
you,
it.
Yeah.
Like it's too slow for me. Like they say it's fast. It's not. It's slow. I need to be able to read it, skim it, look through.
You learn differently.
Yeah, I got to be able to read it. Like I like reading shit. I do not like watching. Maybe that's why I don't like movies.
I never. Okay.
That's true. You weren't a movie guy.
I'm not a movie guy, but because like to
but
me,
you're a porn guy.
I read my porn. A lot of people don't know that.
Do you?
Yeah, like
Exotic,
Penthouse. Like I
fiction?
like Penthouse forums is the only way I can come. I thought everybody knew that. How long have you been on the show?
Anytime I watch a TikTok video and the end is like a cliffhanger and they're like
Part two.
Part two in the comments.
I don't like that. You're Ryan Seacresting me. You're hooking me, man.
Yeah,
No, you're just
never-
as bad as big media now.
If I see it say part one in the bottom, I won't even watch it.
I never like. I'm too dumb old man to understand what they're doing. So they're like, follow for part two or part two in the comments.
Yeah.
At first, I barely know what that even means, and then I'm also
That's
mad,
hilarious.
even though I really want to see what happened.
You know what I
to
hate?
the balloon or whatever it is.
The balloon.
Click the goddamn comment.
No, I don't. I'm like, you motherfucker.
I'm gonna tell you what happens to me.
I
They
just
get to
keep
the
scrolling.
end, they're like, and to find out, go to part two. I don't know how to get there.
Well, that's what I'm
And
saying.
it goes to the next
You
thing,
gotta
and then
go
I'm
to
like,
their
well, now
profile.
I'm on some mound. I got some girl doing yoga.
Oh man.
I still got mounds, and then a new one I got. One of y'all have been watching. One of you guys have been watching Asian girls that squeeze through tiny holes. Have you seen that? So there's a category of TikToks where it's skinny, like tall, and I think they like them taller because it's more of like a mismatch. Skinny, tall Asian woman, stereotypical, the black hair, but I'm talking skinny mini.
Okay.
Squeezing through like jail bars, going under limbo thing, going through like railing at apartment complex, squeezing through
I don't want
two
that.
tiny palm trees, going through a concert gate to prove to you that she can get through the gate into the concert venue.
Through,
Yeah.
so like urban.
She's the squeezing.
Yeah.
She's the
Contortionist.
Asian squeezy contortionist.
She's urban squeezing.
Yeah, she's urban squeezing.
Okay, I like that.
I mean, it's not
garbage.
sexual.
It's-
There's not sexual. It's not
Again-
news, but I watched it.
I know she's probably got 1 million followers.
Oh,
and all stuff,
more than
and
that, more
but
than that.
can she sell products? Are you gonna buy the goddamn nose thing from her if she's
A
touting it?
Navage?
Yeah, like if she's like here,
Too
like-
skinny to use it.
but I'm saying, like, what is her advertising power? What is her media power?
Yeah, for certain things, I don't know that it'll work. But there was this one lady that I was following who did like celebrity gossip, and then she got hired on by
cool.
like Esquire. So now she works for them,
All right.
and she also like sells like bras and panties now
Wait a
on her
minute.
TikTok.
Wait,
What-
she
okay,
sells- wait, are they used or new?
No, new.
What is that?
Wait
thing?
a
It's some
minute.
kind of brand, like some new brand that she's like promoting now.
Okay, I was gonna say that's some strange diversifying.
She blew up fast. She's like doing red carpet interviews and shit.
What's the business? I see this on TikTok too, where someone's like, "I'll teach you how to make $50,000 a year just by buying stuff on at Walmart and then reselling it on
eBay."
On
Yeah.
eBay, and then I'm like, "Wow, how the hell has that happened?" Like, I never
I
look at
reached
it.
out to a guy for a Weird Job Wednesday that does eBay selling. Never got back to me.
But I understand. Like, I remember I used to have a buddy that would buy stuff or he worked at a thrift store.
Yes,
and
we have a couple BDMs that do this.
And
yes.
he would get stuff, and that I totally understand because you're getting rare stuff
like
and
vintage
stuff.
concert
But
T-shirts.
this person on TikTok was saying that he literally buys it from Walmart or like Costco or something,
and then
resells
it.
it just for some sort of profit. And I'm like, is that a thing? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Like, what's he buying though?
I don't know. Well, you have to follow him, and I'm like, oh god. And then
And then you get to part 2, and then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess
Do
I'll
you
do. And then
follow me on TikTok?
oh yeah,
I do, but I can't. I do follow you, but I can't find your videos.
You can't find my
it's,
video.
It's you walking in the forest with a bikini top on.
Okay, he
Yeah,
does
with,
follow me.
with
He
like
does follow
psychedelic
me.
lights.
That
hitting
was
you.
one video,
There
so now
was-
I see the one video he watched.
Yeah,
No, I saw it. I saw the other ones.
Every time I open TikTok, it's like you selfie stick, and then like all these psychedelic
Selfie stick.
colors, like your boobs are psychedelic.
And I look because I'm like, one day she's gonna start the OnlyFans
Yeah.
before
Why would you
OnlyFans.
I've
say
talked.
that?
Me and my husband have talked about it.
That would, I mean, how much?
Only Sam's.
If you were making $80,000 a month, would you do it?
Are you talking to me?
Depends what I gotta do.
Oh,
Fucking for 80 grand
No,
a month?
Whoa,
you do what
hold
like
on.
Dare Taylor does. I also follow
She
her.
fucks herself. I mean,
Yeah,
that,
Yeah,
oh my
she'll
God.
stream.
Well, she got to a point.
She devours glass dildos like a maniac.
Well, I'm sure that started slow,
and I
then she
can't
got
like, and then
there.
she'll talk normal. She'll be like, "Well, I just hit it." Like she'll be talking normal. I wish you like talk dumb, Dare.
Yeah, too smart.
It's too smart. It's like, and it's just all smart.
I'm
And then
like-
next thing you know, it's the glass dildo.
Yeah,
and I'm
like,
like, I can't handle this.
I
It's
can't-
I'm not made. I'm not built for that.
Like, don't tell me you know exactly what you're doing. I want to pretend.
Yeah, I want a little bit of doubt.
Yeah, I want to pretend that like maybe you don't
Yeah.
know.
I want this to be a choice. I want this to be the choice before you get the good choice.
Yeah. Like, I don't want you to know the seriousness of the situation
Yeah.
of what's happening now.
And glass, really glass?
Anyway, what do we got?
I'd have
next?
to have guaranteed that I'm getting 80 grand a month.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
no
you can't
guarantee.
guarantee it.
And then once
You
it's
get a
once
couple
the
of
first one's
guys.
out,
Yeah, nobody's gonna sign up for the next
And think
month.
about this: as they age, they can't get boners as much. So automatically, as your clients get older, jerking it, they're gonna jerk less because their dicks don't work.
Yeah, but our guys, I mean, their boners will work for a while. Like, you could do a good 10 years. You know,
I don't
like all you
know.
need, you need a good X amount of time and then get out and then
Yeah.
take your money and run. But then you can't be in the public eye anymore, so you'd have to quit this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to move away, take your...
You gotta go to
in
the
the
mountains.
woods,
You
yeah.
gotta do like Elvira did. She's
Yeah.
like, "Look, no more men. I'm gay, living in the mountains."
Because then you'll have Tom and Dan listeners, and you know they saw it, and then they're
Dude,
going to bring
in the
it
past
up.
2 days, I had one hit me up in the True Leave yesterday, and then I had one this morning at Publix that did
Well,
a high drive-by
You shouldn't be giving blowjobs behind the senator.
behind the senator.
Remember that crackhead burned
Yeah.
it down?
I know.
there?
I love that story. I love that.
That's
story.
so Florida Hearst.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Like, and there was no protection around the oldest tree we have around here. Like, not even a barrier or some fucking
I
surveillance
believe
cameras.
it was meth, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it is an old tree. I mean, did you ever want to go see it? only
No,
reason
nobody
I wanted
wants to
to go
see
see
it.
it is because it was set on fire.
Yeah, I
So
wonder,
this,
did it get
meth
more?
head put it on the map.
It for sure got. I never knew about it before.
Yeah, did it
Did
get
you? Yeah.
Big Tree Park didn't know anything about it until that meth head set that tree on fire.
Yeah, me either.
Did it get more visitors
Yes.
after they burned it?
Absolutely,
Okay, all right.
100%.
like that.
And I think it's still closed. I think the park's still closed.
That's been a long time.
Because
Open
it
her
was
back
like,
up.
and the thing was like naturally smoldering. They're like, it's smoldering. It's been smoldering for weeks. I'm like, dump a bucket of water on it, you fucking idiots. Why are you letting it naturally burn?
maybe like once it started, they're like, we can't.
No, but like I think it was like arbor people. You know, arbor people.
Oh,
treat-
yeah,
they're
you can't
like,
intervene."
I'm sorry, you must just sit back and leave only footprints. Go fuck yourself. Dump a bucket of water on it.
Yeah, Cracky already burned it
Yeah,
down.
what are you doing?
Anyway, what do we got next?
Magical Cuban papaya.
Oh, what is it? I didn't put this on the list.
No.
So
But I have been eating those Pineberries, those white strawberries.
Oh yeah, you should.
don't
We were
know
at your
what that
house.
is.
Oh,
My
you
sons-
ate them. Your
Yeah.
sons ate them with my daughter, and they went ham on them. They ate an entire $10 box of Pineberries.
And so tell
What do
Samantha
they taste like?
Pineapple crossed with a strawberry.
Really?
Yeah, it's delicious.
They are delicious.
They're delicious.
Where do I get these?
Publix, but they're expensive. They're $5 a case. And I told Andrea, like, we're gonna have to pull back.
They're like light pink, yellow,
White
white
Well,
with
now I gotta
red
try
strawberries.
these.
and then when you bite into it, the inside of it is pure white.
Oh, I want to try.
Yeah, they're called Pineberries. They originated, I believe, in Belgium and England, and they are. It's not like genetically modified, but they are a hybrid plant. And yes, animals.
It's a species
Yeah, it's
of
just
strawberry that tastes more like a pineapple than a straw, or like at least a hybrid strawberry pineapple.
Yep,
Yeah.
and they're grown in Plant City, Florida, and supposedly animals see them, think that they are not ripe, and leave them alone.
Huh.
Which is weird.
You'd be a real sad tourist if you saw Plant City on the map. You're like, well, let's go visit the
Why is everything so brown?
Strawberry Festival.
Their name is
Right? That's Plant City.
Maybe the name is we need to plant city.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Tell
us about
the
your
papaya.
papaya.
Tell
sir.
about your
Yes.
magical papaya.
So I got this papaya from. I think it's an illegal papaya. I'm not gonna say who I got it from. But
I think they may have outed themselves in the chat.
all right, it's Juan. Juan gave it to me and because his Cuban pop-up
Don't talk about it.
brought some seeds in his pocket from Cuba. Like this is the
Love it.
this is the
love
legend.
it.
At least he told me. It's probably
This
a
is
goddamn.
Encanto.
Hold on, this is the Cuban Cherokee Indian.
Wait, do you have an Encanto papaya tree?
Yeah,
Hold
this
on.
is Encanto, and his
Yeah.
power is he's about Billy Seed Pocket.
This is the equivalent to the white trash telling you you're somehow
Related to Native American?
yeah,
Wait a
Native
minute.
American princess.
You're Tommy Appleseeds, and he's Juan Papaya Pockets.
So
Papaya pocket.
maybe every the one that has a Cuban ancestor has some sort of urban legend about his grandfather snuck some seeds in his pocket on his journey over here, and then now that's what Juan told me, and then he gave me the tiny papaya
My
plant.
dad said all minorities have seeds in their pockets.
And he's like my Cuban grandfather snuck some papaya seeds, and these are descendants from this papaya. So this is
From
straight.
Castro's Papaya.
I think it was from his private stash.
Oh my God! It comes with
Yeah.
a little green military hat and everything.
I think he was like the story goes that he was Castro's like Secret Service,
this is some serious Far Cry 6 vibes on this shit.
and then he had enough, and then he during
put these seeds in your pocket and run like the wind.
when they opened up the jails and everything, and then
Yeah.
everybody was
The seeds in your pocket? Yes, they are.
The-
Hold on to the wing and fly.
it's called the Mariel boat lift or whatever. So anyway, the time where
What are you talking
there
about?
was two times where Cuba basically said anybody who wants to get on a raft and float to the
It's
United
go
States,
time.
you could do it and we won't stop you. I think one big time in the 70s or something, and then one time in the 90s. Anyway, I got this Cuban papaya plant, and it got huge fast. Like
Okay.
it grows.
Whoa.
It's 8 foot tall now.
They're very
Damn.
horny, those Cuban papayas.
And it
How long have you had it?
He gave it to me in the summer over when I
Holy
like
smokes.
literally
Wow.
you were over the house when
Oh,
Juan
that's
came
what
over
you
and he
guys
was
are
cooking.
doing when you were out back jacking each other off.
No, he
Oh,
likes
when you-
plants. I gave him a plant.
When you
and-
force Juan to cook for one of your parties
Yes,
that he didn't get
yeah.
invited to?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Give me my seeds. And he gives you the seeds, and I'll cook the sausages, you idiot.
And now it's sprouting papayas, right?
Can you eat them?
Well, yeah.
Well, no, like you're
I
the
don't know.
king. You are
Eat
like,
anything.
Hold on a second.
Eat anything.
You know what? That is not fair to me. You are the king. You and your wife are the king and queen of having plants that make fruit.
They
and then when
don't
you
eat it.
eat it, there's shit inside of them. You've made shit lemons, shit oranges. Every
What?
fruit you make, you bite into it, and they're like, no, you can't eat that one because you got to pollinate it. There's shit in that one. If we pollinate it, would it taste like an orange?
Well, just because we got the wrong one. Anyway,
See?
but this Cuban papaya. Anyway, so I
is
told,
it a shit papaya?
So I told my sons, they were like, because I was like, look at it's growing, and they're like, oh wow, and like this magic Cuban papaya or seed, and they're like, what?
Sounds a
I'm
little
like,
racist.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a magic Cuban papaya?
and then I said, when it gets to full size, we will all take a bite out of it, and then much like Encanto, we will all garner some sort of magical power, but all will be different, and it depends on what's inside.
That's fucking cool that you did that.
Until they don't get a fucking
They're
power.
gonna get that.
no,
I
no.
thought about that later.
No, it's just like the movie. You just do like the movie. Your power is
I'm
just to
like-
hold the family together. Both of you. I got the power of super strength, sorry, and good looks.
You got to
didn't get
stay
that.
with daddy
Yeah,
forever
okay,
to,
all right.
to
Yeah.
keep the family
And this
together.
is your
Yeah,
way
yeah.
of keeping them below you. You're going to need that because they're one of them's smarter, one of them's going to be stronger, and together they're going to beat you.
And then
Yeah.
do every year.
Menendez, yeah.
I do a ceremony,
Yeah.
and then
to see if they get their power, but they never do.
then I'm like,
And then your wife can play the mean old grandma. It's awesome. I got it
All right,
I got it
told
all
her.
figured out.
Because I did think, I was like, well, when we do eat the papaya, when they don't get the powers, they're going to be horribly disappointed. But you're right.
Yeah.
I'll go straight in Kanto. I'll be like, well, you obviously didn't deserve it.
And let's go back to this movie for a second.
Or your power is up in some bullshit.
That
like you're-
shapeshifter kid, you mean to tell me that shapeshifter kid, there's one scene where he turns into his dad, right? But he's a shorter version of his dad.
Yeah.
So he has seen and felt his dad's penis. Think about
Ooh,
it.
you're
Think about
right.
it. He shapeshifted into his dad. He got a big old, looked like a
Encanto.
Dominican. Yeah, he got a big old, like, Sammy Sosa down there. He got a bat. He got a bat down there, right?
yeah. Okay.
That's weird. That was a weird thing to add to the movie.
My brain never even put that
It's the
together.
first
but
thing
you're
I go
right.
to.
Yeah.
Because I lay at night, every night I lay in bed dreaming of being a shapeshifter.
Yeah, and also you shapeshift into your uncle and
You
you
could
hang
turn
your
into
aunt.
yeah, and you could also turn into
Fuck
your
yeah, you do.
aunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And be
Oh,
blasting your pussy in the
exactly.
garage. They come in there like, oh, your aunt's fucking fingered herself at the dinner table. No, that's just Daniel. He turned into his aunt.
Speaking of saying horrible things, when we did that Channel 9 news hit, when the reporter was here, I don't think you noticed this, but something embarrassing happened. He was sitting here.
I noticed your balls fell out of your face.
No, it's not
You
that.
got to strap those things in.
Yeah, it happened on Inside Edition.
No.
And I thought you were grooming that young man, that young reporter that was here.
He was younger than us.
Was he
which-
good looking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
all right,
all
so
good
Shit, I
looking.
should have came
They're
back.
all
Yeah,
good looking.
and he's wearing a suit and then
and a tie.
You guys, he was in a suit.
yeah.
yeah, where's the reporter?
You guys are in chubbies and fucking sweatshirts.
Yeah, I had
You
on a
did
Will's
mention-
Pub
yeah,
shirt. I
yeah.
got on a fucking Who Farted hat.
Oh man.
So I will tell you, when someone's wearing a suit in the office or around
I get
me,
horny around suits.
Well,
Do you?
I
Yeah.
immediately try to impress them.
Straighten
like,
up, yeah.
Like
In
I'm
your
not-
flip flops?
yes, because I try to be like, oh, I'm not as look at this is just an act or whatever. I try to tell them like
Yeah.
it's some sort of
It's
character.
part of my character.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I put
yeah,
this.
yeah.
I'm like, the
costume on
listeners like for me to dress this way.
I have to humble myself.
Yeah. I try to tell him some bullshit so he doesn't think I'm just a white trash who won the lottery. So he was sitting there and he's like, oh yeah, he had apparently just super nice guy, but just moved into this market.
From Myrtle Beach.
From Myrtle Beach, which we were clowning
Oh,
Daytona
yeah.
Hard. I was like, you haven't been to Daytona yet? Oh, just like
We're
Myrtle
like,
Beach.
Yeah, we're like, drive to Daytona. You'll feel just at home. Yeah, we're really pouring it on thick.
But so then I guess he listened to our Bob Saget interview, but he started listening to other, like he's young.
He did his research.
He's young.
Yeah.
He's still trying
I
to
forgot about this. Yeah, he's a good reporter.
and then
So he listened to a couple other ACT episodes.
and then he's like, I listened to another one. He's like, you guys were talking about horse porn.
God damn it.
And then, you know what I said?
What are you saying at that
Did
point?
you
I'm
hear
like,
what I said?
I'm like, I don't think I
Did
don't
you
know about
hear
it.
what I said? It was a reaction, and I didn't mean to do it, but I don't even think he heard it. He goes, I was listening to some of your shows. You guys started with horse porn. I was like, no, we didn't. I immediately
denied it.
defended it. I was like, nah, ACT. Because in my mind, I'm thinking ACT, we would
Correct.
never
Yeah,
do
And
that.
I went back and checked too because I was
We
like,
did.
that had to be a
We
Friday
did.
free show.
We
Nope,
fucking
it was
did.
an
Yeah,
ACT.
yeah,
And I was
Yeah.
like, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Like a baby.
So you know how awkward it is to tell a man wearing a suit that you had
Because one of you,
talked about
and
a
I
horse
think it
porn.
might have been you, Tom, said that you were talking about trying to teach your kids how to navigate the internet, and we were trying to talk you out of it, and you said, because back in the day, one of the first things you see is like horse porn.
It was
and then
you.
I never said
and
that.
then Tom said he wanted
It
to
was
be
you.
the horse.
You said
What?
You
I
said,
didn't say that.
you
That was
said-
on ACT, and that
you did
reporter
say
heard
that.
it.
You said to that reporter, you start every morning with coffee and horse porn
Anyway,
on your deck.
yeah, that's no way to be a man. I'm just saying. It's embarrassing.
I said, I did send the Inside Edition clip. I sent it to Andrea, and apparently I showed her. I said, "This is what we've been doing today. We're not going to share. I'm not going to put that on social media or anything."
And by the way, we talked about all this on this coming BDM show.
Yeah, you'll hear it Monday.
So if you want,
or you can go back if you're in the BDM group. You can go back and watch the video now.
Yeah,
it's available.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're a BDM, you can get in the BDM page. We do it all on Facebook Live, but it will be out on Monday. But we had discussion about all of it in depth if you want to hear it, because it was a bizarre situation this week for us.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But I mentioned it I sent it to her. I said, "This is what we've been doing." That was when we got the first one from Inside Edition, and then she ended up sending it to her dad. And then when he met with us, he came here to visit Maisie, and he was like, "Hey, congratulations on getting picked up by Inside Edition." Like, he thought that we were now working for Inside Edition.
Oh.
Yeah.
And for a split second, I wanted him to keep believing that.
Just run with it.
Just so I could be successful for one. You know what I mean? Like, it was like it became bigger to them than it really, because it really was a nothing.
But that's what it all.
Right.
It's all
It's
just
a
the
nothing.
perception. It's all or nothing. But the perception is like, oh, look at that. It's a big.
nothing.
It's like a big time for nothing.
I just told him never send him anything again. Just because I don't need anything. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm working my job. I'm fine.
And we'll end with this, and this may be some hack joke that I took or that I absorbed from some.
End with our best stuff.
End with a hack joke.
I like this.
So I saw. And by the way, I'm mad because I went through a small segment in life where we were done with commercials. Right? Like when On Demand first started hitting.
I never
I
got
thought
rid
you
of
meant
him.
on this show. I was like, what are you talking about?
I was like, he's burning it all down right now. Why
fuck.
why are you doing that?
What's happening?
I'm saying it's like when Netflix and everybody started cable cutting and stuff, like all of a sudden it was like you didn't have to deal with commercials, and it was like, oh, this is the future, right? But of course not.
No.
It was just they were figuring it out, and now back through like Hulu, and now I'm watching I think I'm getting the majority of my commercials of watching all the back episodes of Yellowstone, because it's
well, that's your fault for
you can
watching
pay
shitty
for
TV.
but you can pay for no ads.
All
I
of
know.
you Yellowstone dickheads deserve.
But then, so now I'm back to goddamn sitting through commercial breaks, and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck! I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm back at it. And
You'll
I'm mad.
see Navage on there, man.
The only one that I do get commercials on is Hulu, but it's only like 2 30-second commercials and it's done.
Yes, but it's still, I'm sitting back and waiting
Just
through
scroll on
commercials.
your
I do.
phone.
I go back to my phone and scroll,
See?
which
It's
is
fine.
I'm seeing commercials.
You're just like me. You're no better than me with your goddamn streaming.
And so I'm watching a commercial, and it's for plaque psoriasis, right? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, this is like a Navage ad. Yeah.
And so they're like, you suffer with plaque psoriasis, and then it's like
That's when you get,
the psoriasis.
Yeah,
dry skin. It's disgusting.
Wow.
I think I have that.
And by the way, if you do have psoriasis,
a lot of people do.
and I feel bad for your son.
I don't have psoriasis.
Yeah, but
When it comes to psoriasis, I got none.
yeah, but
If you got psoriasis, I feel bad for your son.
If
When
you
it comes to psoriasis, I just have none.
if you have psoriasis and you believe in God, some sort of God, you have to be mad at him. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Like,
God formed you in His
Yeah.
image. What if God has psoriasis?
No, you don't have because
You don't know that.
like why would he burden himself with that? That's all I'm saying. Like anyway,
I don't wear tank tops because of it when I have a flare up.
It's a psoriasis medication called Skyriz,
Oh,
right?
I love it. That's the rapper name one.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you this is hacky, but I thought of it and I was like, why did you name it that?
Yo, son, it's me, Skyriz.
Like, why didn't you just name it some sort of Plaxico?
Plaxico Burris.
Or just anything. It sounds like a goddamn carnival ride. It sounds ridiculous and it's stupid.
Because it's a combination of the chemical compound name. That's how most of these drugs
It sounds
get
like a
named.
Snoop Dogg
Yeah.
phrase.
Yeah, just call it
Skyriz, faux shizzy, my nizzy.
clear skin. So anything. It's Skyriz is stupid.
Yeah,
And it's,
Christine's saying this happened a few months ago, and I think maybe I said it the first time.
oh, okay. You know,
God, that's why it's hack. You stole it from Dan.
Yeah, you know that really hurts my feelings. You know what it really should impress you is I didn't even remember saying it. That's jokes on all y'all motherfuckers. I'm sitting through the show the first time. I'm like, that's good. I wrote it down. I'm like, that Skyriz thing is fucking. I'm gonna work on that.
And then you say it, and I'm like, oh,
Oh my God, we're trapped in a feedback loop.
God damn
we
it.
become two dumb old men.
Yeah.
Make
It's that
each
thing
other-
where like you live together for so long you start turning into one
We're
another.
bosom
That's
buddies.
happening.
Oh, man.
Now
Damn
come
it.
suck an old man's dick.
Righteous Gemstones, back.
It's back. It's back, baby. It's
great.
good. The best show on TV.
All right, Samantha, what's going on in semantics?
You've been having a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, we're recording all the
Pumping
goddamn
out
time.
shows like crazy.
So this week will be the release of you heard about this one on Sunday about Hollow Earth. You familiar with that one, Tom? Not Flat Earth, but Hollow Earth. The last one was Flat Earth. This one's Hollow Earth.
Is it that there are people living in the Earth's core,
There's
like
actually
mole people?
There's actually multiple theories. So
Okay, all right.
I had not heard of Hollow Earth before.
Somebody said
until
mole
I watched,
people?
Until I watched Inside Job on Netflix. Have you guys watched that? You're not going to watch it because it's a cartoon, but it's
Inside
an adult. It's
Job.
an adult cartoon. It's all
Inside-
about conspiracy theories. It's
Inside
great.
Job is a category of pornography.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, this is why we're business
I
together.
literally thought they
At the end of the
I was
show,
like,
we're like, get this shit over so we can jack off.
yeah, like, give my wife an inside job.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
My God.
No, I didn't. Oh, that was so sad at the end.
I gave my wife an inside job, but she sat on me for too long, and then it came all the way back
Outside
down.
job?
Yeah, then it was like in my pubes job.
Gross. And then we're probably going to be, I think we're actually going to try and Twitch live from Disney because we're going to be out at Disney this week for our anniversary.
Get EJ's
trip.
son out there. He loves being interviewed while he's
I
out
don't
at
hang out
the
with
party.
children.
All right, mediums.
Don't worry about it. EJ won't be there.
We are finalizing the details on our BDM Appreciation Week, but we decided to do it in April. And just because we're a little bit behind after the new
April.
year. And we decided to do it around
Tom and Dan Day.
the Tom and Dan days.
Yeah.
So that we'll give more details on what that means. But you have to be a BDM to benefit from.
But
that.
it's gonna be cool. Yeah, we definitely wanna make it like a huge celebration of the group and your commitment to us and the fun that we have and hook you up with some awesome stuff.
Basically, we're just giving thousands of dollars worth of gifts back to anybody who's a BDM.
Are we putting the fog machine up for a prize? Tracy
Oh, to give
said-
it back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we could do that.
We've claimed it now, right?
Well, we can give it as a gift back to Technical Hat, and then he'll be appreciative.
Well, that's not a gift. You're just returning
I'm
his
cleaning
own
it.
Well, it is
I'm
at this
cleaning
point.
it. I'm cleaning it. And when I got that thing, it had like pond scum on the top of it. I cleaned it out.
But it is a gift if he thought he'd never get it back, right? Because then now it's new, because he already forgot about it and
Yeah.
dismissed it.
He
He's like,
brings it up every day in Twitch chat.
Where is the
But
fog
he-
machine?
You have it.
Yeah.
Oh, must be with my Skyriz notebook.
All right, guys, we will see you next week.
I can't publish that. It's mediocre.